Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show, Red Pill Edition. My name is Leon Jones. This is my first live stream for the year 2022, and I hope everybody is enjoying their Friday. And this is my favorite weekend because sports wise, I'm going to be in my football. I just started school at Purdue University on the 10th, so I've been pretty busy. And give a shout out to Red. She likes his beer. I like my Truly lemonade right here. And I'm going to drink it straight out of the can just for you, Brother Reg, because it's good. Now, what am I going to talk about tonight? I am going to talk about a little bit of politics, a little bit of sports, some sports betting, some economics, and other open topics. So it will be I call it a freestyle Friday. And I'm not going to do too much gossiping because everybody around the manosphere, they've been talking about fresh and fit. I'm not even going to do that. You hear enough of that on everybody else's channel. I got my boy Reg in the building. What's going on, brother Reg? Welcome. Your Steelers are playing the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm looking forward to that game. They beat my Ravens last week, so we'll find out how tomorrow's going to go. And you got the Los Angeles Rams, the Cardinals, you got Dallas. But I'm just going to tell you this. Everything has got to go through Green Bay. Shout out to you, Mary G, in the building. Welcome to the 401 Talk Zone radio show channel. Again, shout out to you, Brother Reg. You like your beer? I got my Truly lemonade right here. I'm going to be just like you over the weekend. It is my favorite time of the year. Of course, here in the Indiana area, we just had the championship game, Georgia and Alabama. And, of course, Georgia got their revenge on Alabama. And we're going to find out what's going to go on this weekend. Now, some say the Tennessee Titans are going to go all the way. They're going to go all the way home because when they hit the frozen tundra up in Green Bay, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's going to be Ice Bowl number 2. It's probably going to be worse than it was in 1967. But, overall, I want to talk about something that's really been, I don't want to say irking me, but it does send a little annoyance to me. And that is the workforce. We have a number of people today who don't want to work, but yet they say they cannot find jobs. I'm going to tell you, every day I go out, there are more and more help wanted signs up. And they're not paying minimum wage. Now, some people want $15 an hour for minimum wage. Well, McDonald's is paying $15 an hour. $15 an hour, but people still don't want to work. This is why I don't go out to restaurant. Hey, what's going on, Celine? Welcome to the building. Shout out to you. Of course, 2 weeks ago was my birthday, so the last time I was up here on YouTube, it was my birthday. But work. I'm just going to tell you this. A number of individuals today are afraid of hard work. Well, if you look at one of my favorite shows, and I don't watch much TV, but Tommy Jean got me into it. Shout out to my sweet chocolate here. It's Yellowstone, and I love that movie. Okay, if you want to see some masculinity, now there's some simping involved as well. But it is masculinity all the way. Cowboys. You got Kevin Costner. Um, very good show. I've watched all 4 years of it. That's right. There are help wanted signs everywhere. There is no excuse for no one to have a job. I understand that, but you got people out here, Celine, who really don't want to work and they think there are no jobs out here. There are a lot of jobs out here. In fact, the Frito-Lay company here in Indiana is paying between $21 and $41 an hour, but nobody wants to work. And I'm going to say this: that government money is not going to last forever. It is going to eventually run out. And just want to say this: for you people who are depending on the government, where does the money come from? The government does not provide or manufacture any products. They're confiscatory. In other words, the government takes. What's going on, Brother Lawrence? Happy New Year. Although we are 14 days into the new year, shout out to you. Lawrence is in the building. And for all you decent people out there, I'm not going to ask you to do it. But if you want to, and I want to say shout out to Brother Osama Abdul for sending me $15 via the Cash App on my birthday. Yes, had my 57th birthday, January 2nd. And shout out to Brother Ant. I was also on his panel. But let me get back to what I see going on in the workforce. I see a number of people out here who really don't want to work. They're going to college, they're moving back home with their parents, and their parents are allowing it. Now, that is a problem. Our workforce, and I've seen some shows, some of the media says the employees are running the job market. They might be temporarily. But when they have to pay that high rent, that high mortgage, they're going to want to get out and work then. I work for the state of Indiana, and we can't even find people. I understand a lot of homeless people have mental issues, but there's a lot of able-bodied young people who are bums. Facts. Shout out to Mel in the building. Welcome to the 411 Talk Zone radio show live stream. I'm going to drop the link early, so be on the lookout for it. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to the 411 Talk Zone radio show. I do want to get to 2,000 subs. And also, now Tommy Jean discovered it, and I also discovered it as well. If you're not getting the notifications, that's YouTube doing that. Click on the bell to get the notifications. I understand that YouTube is taking away views. They're taking away subscribers. They took away 11 of mine, and out of nowhere, they reappeared again. So click on that bell. Share this video. You're not going to get any drama here. Shout out to Brother Melly Mel. I'm going to get onto that while I have you all in my audience. Big Nate was sick. He was sick. I got a text from him, and he's doing other projects right now. He's working on his IT from Theo, but he's alive and well. But he was sick. So shout out to him. He will be back if you want to know. I did text him. He texted me back. That's true. YouTube has taken away seeing the like and dislike. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Brother Mel, I'm going to be honest with you. It was. He told me. It was after the 21st of December. That's when he got it. He's up and doing fine. He doesn't want to take any phone calls. So you can go ahead, if you have his number, text him. But he's getting himself better now. Just so you all know, I, I didn't want to put this out so the whole conglomerate would know, only my audience, but he is doing fine. And I'm going to tell you about that as well. Everybody's body is different. But if you want to avoid COVID, or I'm going to say the Rona, drink lots of vitamin C, do some exercises, keep your health up. There are a number of individuals who are passing away from this virus, whether they've had the jabs or not. The bottom line, your health should be something you need to consider. Me, I get up every morning and do some type of exercise. I believe it is important. Now, we're all going to have our numbers pulled one day, but you will live a little longer if you take care of yourself a little better. Uh, yes, he is. He is okay. And yes, sea moss and elderberry. Now, I never had any sea moss. Elderberry, I have had. And number two, get a lot of sleep. Get rid of the stress. There are some of us who are out there working. Don't work too hard. Work smart. Because for the most part, you only have one life to live, and you want to make sure that you live your life accordingly. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, if you've ever heard that before. Now, let me continue with the topic on unemployment, because there are a number of individuals who should be employed, but they don't want to go to work. And the hospitality industry is one that is suffering more than any other industry because they depend on people. If you go to a restaurant, you're going to wait between 35 and 45 minutes, even if the restaurant is empty. They just don't know, they just don't have any staff. People just don't want to work. Now, in the Bible, it says if you don't work, you don't eat. I'm going to say this: working is good for you. An opportunity that you have right now is you can still go to college, you can get an internship, but you can work. There are a lot of help wanted signs out here. Now, every state is different. I live here in the state of Indiana. The construction industry is wide open. The manufacturing industry is wide open. The restaurant industry is wide open. We just need people to get out there who really want to work. A number of individuals want to live off the fat of the lamb. And like I said before, when all of the government money is sucked up, what's going to happen? Well, the government's going to want to get more, is going to want to gain more access to our finances. This is why Joe Biden is trying to push his Build Back Better bill so he can monitor the middle class when they have $600 transactions or more. This is why he wants to hire right around, I'm going to say 40 to 80,000 IRS agents. He says people aren't paying their fair share, but the rich are always going to find a way to get out of paying taxes. In fact, if you make over a certain amount, the last figure I saw was 175 million, you don't have to pay taxes anymore. If you make well over $100,000, you don't have to pay Social Security. But for the folks who aren't working, what are you doing for retirement? Government benefits aren't going to take you that far. Do a number of you still have your 401k plans when you were working, or is that all gone? Those are the questions that nobody is asking. And it's very important that you take the opportunity to work. Yes, we all have to struggle whether you have your own business or whether you don't have your own business. Some people don't want to get up early morning hours. Some people don't want to work third shift or even second shift. I understand that. However, work is prevalent. My boy, Angry Snowman in the building. Hey, I'll be dropping the link pretty soon, so stay put there, brother. Stay put there. And by the way, again, this is my first live. I was supposed to do one last week. I apologize. I didn't come on last week. Said I was going to do it every Friday. I had other projects going on. So even with everything I got going on this week, I prepared myself, and I'm happy. It is the weekend. I don't have to get up tomorrow morning. And again, I want to say thank you, audience, for coming into tonight's panel. Have a favor to ask of you all. Help me get to 2,000 subs. Like, share, and subscribe to the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. And also, like, share, and subscribe to my second channel, The Mind of STEM. I've been doing content on that channel more than the 401 Talk Zone radio show channel. Well, what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to go ahead and drop the link. We're gonna have it flow tonight. Let me go ahead and drop the link. All right, I just dropped the link. Anybody who wants to come on up, you are free to come up. I'm not going to be on here with 2 hours of dialogue. I can't do it tonight. So come on up and let's talk about tonight's topics here. These are very important. Brother Mel says this 10-year-old girl and 10-year-old girl has 2 companies and made $140,000 in her first month. She can be a millionaire by 15. Wow. Now, this is a 10-year-old girl, folks. And check the link out because Brother Melly Mel put the link to prove his point, and that's what I like. 15-year-old girl has 2 companies. Now, what does that say about some of us adults who don't have a company? Perseverance. I'll be waiting on you, Brother Angry Snowman. Perseverance. I know a lot of us, when we go to work, we have to deal with a boss. We have to deal with coworkers. Well, if you have your own business, you're going to have to deal with customers. You're going to have to deal with coworkers. In fact, you are the person. If something happens, whether you go on vacation or not, you're still responsible for your business. So no matter where you're going to go, there are going to be headaches. Success is not comfortable. It's just like getting up in the morning, doing some exercises. It's not comfortable, but if you do enough exercises, you're going to see rewards. When you are working on the job that is bringing in a nice, healthy income for you, it's going to be uncomfortable at first. And why is it going to be uncomfortable? It's because you don't know your way around the organization yet. However, when you put in that time, you start to gain experience. And when you gain experience and you are meeting the right deadlines on a job, you are going to succeed. Again, do you want to sit home and collect from the government? Because the government is only going to give you chips. They're not going to give you real money. But what I don't like is I'm out here trying to produce, and government is taking a lot of my money to give to others who don't have any intention to work. That's working for themselves or that's going to work, period. And there are more and more help wanted signs up. Again, you have a number of individuals that don't want to work for themselves or go to work, period. Now, how do we get there? I believe we got there because our politicians have a number of constituents, and I'm not going to call party out because, in my humble opinion, both parties are the same. I mean, if you think about it, we're going to have the midterm election here in 2022, and I'm going to assure you this, it's not going to be any change. The reason why it's not going to be any change is because you have too many individuals who are running the government in the establishment arena. These are full-time bureaucrats, and these bureaucrats believe that they are the prize. Shout out to Jenny V. She's in the building. Welcome to the 401 Talk Zone radio show. And I did send you the link to my other channel, The Mind of STEM. And I want everybody to check that channel out. But again, working. Now, I know over in England, they have more of a socialist type of country. I know in Sweden, they definitely have a socialist country. Yes, the government can take care of everybody in Sweden from cradle to grave, but Sweden is not taking care of over 330 million people plus illegals who are coming across the border collecting monies as well. Here, like here in the United States, we have a bigger country. So we have more people we have to take care of. But my question is, what is wrong with people's work ethic today? Why do they not want to work? I mean, a number of them are going to school. They're getting degrees from, I call it not a college, from an indoctrination camp, particularly if you are in the social science department. You are not being educated. And a number of you are taking your financial aid while you're in college. Instead of paying back some of the loans, you're keeping it for yourself. And you remember something when you go to college, you have to maintain a certain grade point average if you're going to get that financial aid. And if you drop courses, you're going to have to contact financial aid. And if you get below again, you get below a certain grade point average, you're going to have to deal with financial aid. You may not get financial aid. Again, I'm not excluding college as a non-necessary tool. It just depends on what you major in. I went to college myself, so I would be a hypocrite by telling you college is no good. Shout out to brother Free Zone Lou. I just dropped the link, brother, so you'll be able to come on up. I'm going to drop it again because I'm talking about education. I'm talking about a little bit of politics. You're just the right guy. Shout out to brother Kenneth Williams in the building. Again, here's the link. Come on up. We're going to spit this hot fire here, because this is going to be a good weekend. Again, any of you avid sports fans like myself, we'll be talking about the football games. And again, this is my favorite time of year with the expanded playoffs. But I have to talk about the employment issue. And see, here's another thing about individuals not working. The people who are working, guess what they have to do because companies can't afford, or I'm not going to say they can't afford it. What I will say is you have a number of people that don't want to work. So what happens is the people who are working, they're going to get more and more work. And what it's going to look like is they're getting paid less, but doing more. You look at individuals who are getting salary. If you are not working and you're able-bodied, you need to find yourself a bridge to hide, because all you're doing is sucking off the government nipple. You're sucking off the government nickel, the nipple that I pay for and a number of other hardworking folks pay for. And the only people that need to get any type of funds are the elderly people. Of course, they work for that Social Security. And I'm going to say this right now. We don't need any reparations. And I'm going to tell you why we don't need any reparations, particularly as black people. Because we're not going to invest it in our own infrastructure. We're going to return it to sender. And in the African American community, and I hate using the word African American community because for the most part, it's the hood. You only have a few outliers, like places around Atlanta, maybe in North Carolina. Tulsa had something. Omaha, Nebraska had something. Rosewood had something before that was destroyed. I did say Prince George's County, Maryland. But other than that, we don't really have anything. We depend on going to work, but we have so many people out of work. Now, my suggestion is, if you don't like what you're doing now, get another skill. Money you earn feels so much better than handouts. Facts. Facts, Jenny B. It does. You know why? Because you actually earned it. You didn't have somebody give it to you. You see, you can teach a person how to fish and they can collect fish forever. But if you give somebody fish, the person that's giving you the fish is going to regulate how much fish they're going to give you. In other words, you may be slick by getting everything from the government, but in the end, the government, they may cut you off. They may raise their requirements for what you need to get on government assistance. Now, I know that's not going to happen. That's wishful thinking, because the government also keeps a voting block, particularly if you are the party of the welfare state, and that's the Democratic left. I'm not saying everybody in the Democratic Party is bad. I'm not saying that all of the Republicans are fiscal conservatives either. Money is money, no matter where you get it from, because I will assure you, red states like Tennessee, red states like Kentucky, you don't think those people aren't on government benefits either? And they're Caucasian people. They're very poor, particularly in the state of Kentucky. And that being said, if you want to find good job opportunities, the way you get a bang for your buck is don't move into states that have high taxes, like California, Illinois, New York, Massachusetts, those types of states. Now, you may think I'm crazy for saying this, but if you make $100,000 in New York and California and Chicago, you cannot live like a king in those states because the tax rate is very, very high. Now, if you live in a state like I live in Indiana, South Carolina, or even Tennessee, and you make $70,000, $80,000 a year, or even Texas or Florida, Arizona, where there are no taxes, and states down there, Arizona, Texas, Florida, watch yourselves because you have the individuals who left the liberal high tax states and they're coming to your states, but guess what they're bringing? They're bringing that mindset that they left, and they're going to try to run for office and impose those policies. Absolutely. Learn a trade and you'll never be out of work. That is a fact. Learn a trade and you will never be out of work. And there are lots of trades out there. In fact, I even took up a trade. And it's funny with me, I have a master's degree in civil engineering. But I've worked in the construction industry for a long time, so I went out and learned heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. And I also have my CDL. Now, Jenny is right. You learn a trade because a trade, for the most part, is going to keep you working. And when you learn a trade, you can actually open up your own business because your trade is going to be in demand. And a lot of people don't understand that. It is going to be in demand because it cannot be outsourced. That's the word you have to think of. Your trades are never outsourced. And you have to look at what's going on now with people not working. If you've been to some of these grocery stores lately, and even CVS has them, automation is starting to really get big. I remember when Walmart had 30 lanes. Walmart doesn't have 30 lanes anymore. They pulled a lot of the lanes out. They have what I call speed pay lines or scan and go lines. Kroger and Myers, the same thing. And you know what that's doing? If you don't want to work, you're going to be replaced by a robot. I tell you right now, in Japan, they've already replaced some hotel workers with robots. And if you look at the artificial intelligence, there used to be people who collected money if you worked the toll road. Well, there used to be lanes to where some people paid tolls, some people didn't, because I have a transponder known as an Easy Pass, so I can go right through the toll without paying somebody. Now they just have drive-through tolls where you get a beam of light that hits your transponder. There's nobody out there to collect money anymore. That all went away. And because people don't want to work, companies are going to think like this. We're going to take your job by automating. Social media is replacing the work mindset. Everyone thinks they're going to make a fortune because social media is making celebrities out of idiots. Very, very true. Social media can be a good tool, but I've seen it used as a bad tool for dysfunctional behavior. But it's funny, the dysfunctional behavior is making a lot of money because it's also the behavior of the individual who's paying the money for these so-called internet celebrities as well. You see Instagram, which is owned by Facebook. That's right, Brother Mel. Cashless tolls. You live in New York, so you know what I'm talking about. But all this social media out here. OnlyFans is modern day whorehouse. Facts. Which I've never seen OnlyFans. No Tommy Sotomayor, shout out to him. He's on OnlyFans. And that's true. And let me tell you this. You can make a lot of money on social media because there are going to be a lot of fools who are going to pay to see people become voyeuristic. I'll use that term nicely. Voyeuristic on these sites because that's all you're getting. You get hardcore porn and you get softcore porn, but a lot of what you see on OnlyFans and TikTok is rather risque, if you know what I mean. Again, shout out to the chat. Got my brother. What's going on?
What it do, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Sorry I missed your chat last week, but brother, what do you say about this unemployment?
I say all this stems from the participation trophy generation. When you got a generation of kids that are coming into being adults right now that spent their whole life being told that they don't have to excel at a higher level in order to, that they don't have to work at a higher level to excel to a higher level, and that they're going to get the same thing as someone that works harder than them, then why would they want to work harder? Why do they even think they should have to work harder? And that's why they think that everything should be handed to them, because it has been handed to them. Oh, here's your trophy because you took part. Here's your trophy because, you, even though you failed, you at least attempted. Well, no, here's it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move the grading curve down to account for you and your lack of being able to comprehend what it is we're trying to teach you. We're catering to people that are below par, people that usually would perform at a lower level.
Yeah, that's true. And you and I, of course, live in the same state, a Hoosier state of Indiana. When you go out every day, how many help wanted signs do you see? I see quite a bit. And, back in the days of Brother Angry Snowman, they didn't put the amount of money that you would make.
Hell no, they didn't. That was something you negotiated with your employer at your interview.
But when was the last time? I know when I started working at Mickey D's at the age of 15 to 16, heck, minimum wage was $2.89.
Well, when I started working, minimum wage was $4.15.
Yeah. Shout out to Lemon Pepper Wings in the building.
I think minimum wage has actually destroyed our economy as well. Because minimum wage is a good thing if done right. But see, the thing is they have not done it right since implemented. They want to go ahead and keep raising the minimum wage at which a person should be paid to work. Yet, while at the same time, they don't want to, they're overlooking the men and women that have, worked their ass off for years to reach a certain point and not having their wages raised accordingly right along with minimum wage.
Right. Yeah.
So you got all these people that are here with it by what? I think it's by 2025 or 2030. Minimum wage is supposed to be up to $15 an hour in most of the United States, correct? Because they're doing it in stages. Well, what about all the people that spent the last 20, 30 years of their life working to get to $15 an hour?
Well, I know in the state of Illinois, which is right next to me, it's already $15 an hour in the city of, some areas, the city of Chicago. Got Melly Mel in the building. What's going on? We're talking about minimum wage. Me and Angry Snowman. Welcome to the panel. Welcome to 2022. You've made it. We've all made it.
Well, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing anymore at this stage of the game.
Well, You know, we did make it. And like I said, this is my first live stream. I did my own birthday video 12
Hey,
days.
I didn't even make it out of the month of January before I got a content strike and got put in
Uh
Facebook
oh,
or put in YouTube jail for a
what
week.
happened?
I streamed that interview between Joe Rogan and Doctor what that I forget the guy's name, but the doctor that actually invented the mRNA gene therapy technology.
And someone
Oh,
reported you.
And I got a content strike for medical misinformation. Believe it or not, medical misinformation. When all the information that was presented by the man who actually created the technology being used for the VAXX.
wow.
Someone reported you, and the automatic bot made assumptions. Are you fighting it?
I'm going to. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to go about addressing them because this won't be the first time I've addressed them on medical misinformation. And no matter how I go about it, man, they always seem to stand by what they said. That's because that's how my original channel got fucking
Yeah.
assassinated.
Yeah,
Wow.
you got to remember though, you got people that come and just report you, and then they got automatic bots or whatever from their part just make assumptions for them. So an actual human that's going to look over it and make a wise decision and stuff, it'll take a while for them to get to it. Like it's millions and millions and millions of YouTube videos. Anybody watching YouTube videos and monitor like that, by humans, they run automatically.
You
That's
know,
the bullshit about it with this algorithm shit we living in, man.
I don't know whether you guys have seen it or not, but I haven't seen as many people, in these past 2 weeks streaming. And shout out to Mayo Monkey with a grenade. It is going to be crazy this year. I haven't seen the big boys. And also watch your notifications because, Tommy Jean she was subscribed to your channel, Brother Angry Snowman,
Uh huh.
and other channels. She gets back on her iPad and she had to subscribe again.
I have to do that all the time too, man.
Oh, you
Honestly,
do?
yeah, I got to constantly re. Now you're one I don't ever have to resubscribe to. You're one that seems to be one of the kosher channels, but David's channel, the Hoodservative, Trey, SKC, um, anybody that's deemed controversial or going against the grain, I have to constantly resubscribe to their channels over and over and over again.
I just have a different way of doing controversy. I kind of apply something to the real world. Like, you hear a lot of the guys talking about women on this channel. See, I don't do it like that. I talk about the behavior. That's how I get away with it. See, I know how to cross that
Unfortunately, I'm used to having my white privilege, so I'm just blunt and out there and open
out.
about it. And figured my white privilege would serve me well on YouTube as well. But apparently, that card has been denied.
Oh yes! Shout out
You
to Survival in the building.
What are you, Millie? That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
What was that, Bello?
Hater, you got haters that's reporting you. That's what it is.
Oh, dude, I got mad haters. You can ask Brother 411. I got probably half the manosphere hates my guts.
I don't know, man. Reg, he's been going in on somebody. I think it was Big J. Reg has been going on. And you got.
Hey, and you know what? Shout out to Big J Triple X for going at the manosphere and their fallacies the way he does, man. Keep doing you, brother. I used to fucking get into it with you all the time, but you know what? I've been listening to his shit, and he's been hitting them with the hard fucking facts and the hard truth here lately.
Well, there are a lot of problems with the so-called manosphere.
Mhm.
Well, hell, that's half the problem with the workforce right there is the manosphere.
Well, you know what? You may be up to something there. Shout out to Awesome Alice. She's in the building. She didn't get the notification. What you have to do, you have to go hit the bell. Everybody like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell.
One thing I've also noticed too is if you want to keep people in your algorithm, you got to comment on their shit, like in their comment section on their videos. Just write "hey" or whatever, a one-word comment, on their videos, and that'll keep them active in your personal algorithm.
Yeah. That's the thing, and I try to go over to Awesome Alice and Celine and Red Pill Rage. I try to, and you gotta let me know when you guys are streaming too, so I can, because I do send you some cash apps too, whenever you're up there, brother Trailer Hood, Angry Snowman.
Yeah, you can't call me Trailer Hood no more, man. Trailer Hood's dead and gone. We buried him in Trey's backyard.
You got yeah. Haven't seen Trey up here, so but
He's probably still over on SKC's channel. SKC did a really good stream tonight too.
oh, he's streaming now, I think.
I
Jenny
think
V-
I think he's getting close to the end of his though, because he's supposed to be taking him and the missus out for dinner tonight. They got a kid-free night, and I don't think the missus is going to allow him to allow that to go to waste.
Absolutely. Jenny V says in the UK, it used to be that those who worked and paid into the system got a better state pension than those who haven't worked. Now the government has given everyone the same pension regardless. Wow.
Well, what's crazy about America is you got some of these motherfuckers out here who ain't never paid into nothing in the system that have gone out and managed to get themselves put on, what is that, Social Security disability, and never paid into it, and they're on it because they have their disability is they pick their nose and eat their boogers, or that they have an alcohol problem that they created themselves, or that they're fucking drug addicts. But then when you got guys like myself who has been paying into Social Security since he was fucking 15 years old, had all of his fucking Social Security fucking work credits in and accounted for, because you need 32 work credits in the United States in order to be able to work, get Social Security. I've had all of my credits, my work credits for Social Security in since I was, I think, 27 years old. And when I injured my back and was put on workman's comp for it, and now I can't work full time because of my back, I can't get my money that I paid into that's legitimately my fucking money.
Well, yeah. And by the way, chat, I did place the link in the chat if you want to come up on a panel, and I have a poll out there. We depended on the government. Fill out that poll. It's very important because this is what me and Angry Snowman talk about a lot of government. In fact, we got to hit them hard with some of this. And you too, brother Melly Mel. Selection season here in 22.
But hey, shout out to Survival and Awesome Alice and
yes, sir.
Miss Jenny V, or I should say Mrs. The Clue Channel, Mayo Monkey with a Grenade. You can go eat shit. Everyone else, hey, thanks for stopping by and showing Brother 411 support and love.
Mic check. How I sound?
Hey, you sound good. Shout out to Survival's in the building, and
you sound like a white guy with way too much privilege. That's what you sound like.
All right, and we got Awesome Alice in the building. Shout out. All right, happy New Year. And somebody's asking me what happened to Little Big Nate's channel. Did he finally get snipped? No,
they got nuked.
Yeah, and he's also
his account.
Yeah, we know that. But he's also been sick. He has another channel. Shout out to brother Deshaun in the building. Yeah,
what's up, Lemon Pepper Wings?
Welcome to the chat.
But yeah, I know I love you too, Mayo Monkey with a Grenade. Nothing but love, brother.
The minimum wage.
Oh yeah, we talk because I see a lot of signs out here. And you hear the
dude. There's pizza places. Well, you live in Indiana just like me,
right?
And you've seen these fucking Pizza King joints all over the fucking place, offering people $15-$20 an hour just to fucking drive and be a pizza delivery guy.
Yes.
Well, all over the fucking place. My area is offering $17 an hour.
You know who's paying some good money, by the way? And I don't know if you guys have used them. You gals have used them. DoorDash. I mean, when I order Chinese food, that bill is a whopper. They're paying good money. You got a lot of.
I've been trying to get it. I've been trying to get a part-time job with DoorDash for about 4 or 5 months, man. But for some reason, they keep saying they're not hiring in Muncie area.
Oh, they're hiring.
What sucks about the whole raising the minimum wage is, a lot of us have been working like Snowman said. We started working when we were 15 years old. I don't know what was minimum wage then, like $4.
Yeah, it was $4.15 back then, brother.
Heck, it was $2.89, and then it went up to $3.35, and it didn't go up until the
80s.
Well, $3.35, but '94 went up to like $4.15.
Yeah, you're right, because I was in high school when the minimum wage bumped up to $4.15.
But it didn't. But it stayed there for another almost
10, 12 years
till it became $7.50.
Well,
I think it's the wife said it's $7. I think the wife was telling me it's actually $7.25 or $7.35 somewhere around there.
It's around there, but still, people are paying more.
It varies.
When the minimum wage go up to $15 an hour, it's not going to line up with the cost of living.
No, because minimum wage wasn't. Look, you got to understand, minimum wage was not put into effect to actually give people a minimum wage or a benefit that they could live off of. The whole purpose of minimum wage is to fucking eradicate the middle class. That is the whole purpose.
And that's why I started this started with my comment like that. Because now, for a guy like me who's been in the workforce his whole life, his whole adult life, and I had to do a grueling apprenticeship, right, to get to where I am. And now my income is I go up in steps, but I don't get big bumps, and I'm almost topped out. But then
your raises are probably by percentage, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just annual stuff. But I'm still an electrician, so you don't expect to get these big, huge bonuses like if you were working in finance or something. But so let's just say in my state right now where I'm working, it's around $50 an hour or so. But now all of a sudden, this minimum wage McDonald's guy hasn't had to do any fucking 4-year apprenticeship or go to college. Now all of a sudden he's making $20.
The same thing you are.
He's not at 50, but he's at 20. It's like, holy shit!
$20 an hour for flipping burgers?
Oh, it depends on where you're at. I mean, up around Seattle.
Here in Lafayette, Indiana, they're paying between 13 and 15.
I was going to say in Muncie, I think they're up to like 12, 13 now.
A McDonald's food prep worker will make the same amount as a starter CDL Class B PS.
What? Wow. So they don't have
to that's the problem that I have with this shit. With the raising of minimum wages, because they keep fucking acting like these minimum wage jobs are supposed to be you're supposed to be able to fucking make a career off of them and take care of a family. And that ain't the case at all. Those are starter jobs. Those are to get you into the fucking workforce. Those are to get you into the habit of being in the workforce and to have that routine and know what's expected of you. If you fucking really look, dude, if you fucking spent your entire fucking life and wasted it away to where the only thing you can do is get a job at fucking Burger King or McDonald's or Taco Bell, making fucking $14, $15 an hour, and you ain't even in a management position, then I don't feel sorry for you. You wasted your fucking life.
Look at what Mayo's saying. Mayo's saying he's got a place for $22 an hour.
Go ahead and reply to that, Alice.
Okay, let me tell you something, Snowman. Let me tell you something real quick. If you're too proud to even work at Burger King, we need people working.
Nobody said anything about being too proud. But let's be real, Alex. Burger King and McDonald's is for unless you're in management of Burger King, unless you're in management of a fast food restaurant, Burger King and McDonald's and those types of fucking places are high school level fucking jobs.
Well, no, what I'm saying is I know some elderly people that are retired and they're going to these burger jobs, okay?
Dude, because you're sitting here hitting a totally different demographic. But you're hitting a totally different demographic than what we're even talking about.
It's still Burger King.
But Alice, you said it yourself, Alice. People that are retired, I mean, they retire from their high-paying job or whatever job they have, collecting Social Security or whatever, and their retirement fund money that they're
doing Burger King or McDonald's just to socialize with people.
They work these fast food jobs just for something to do.
Well, I don't agree.
They're soaking it up.
I don't agree with the minimum wage being increased because it never catches up with living costs. Okay, so they're like pissing in the wind is what they're doing. And the only ones that are not included in minimum wage is the waitresses. Because my mom in 2003 was making $2.35 an hour as a waitress. They never included waitresses at all.
She could have got a new job at any point.
They're going to get big tips behind that all the time.
Well, sometimes
not at Waffle House.
Yeah, fuck you don't make big tips at Waffle House, man. I used to be a waiter at Waffle House, and I used to bring on the weekends. I'd bring home $200-$300 a night.
Good
I
God,
don't
what
know.
Waffle House were
You
you
must have
working
been a
at?
good spot. You must have been a good spot. Were you stripping too?
No, but they wanted me to. That was when I was young.
You should have made that money, man. Why not? You should have shook them hash browns. Like,
Because
yeah, I'll scatter and smother them.
I am not somebody's fucking meat ticket. I am not shaking my ass for money. Fuck that.
No,
I
you
am
take
better
the
than
hash
that.
browns and you make them shake. You be like, yeah, I scatter, smother, and
But nah,
cover
man.
them, baby.
You
I
worked
just
at
think
Grill
it's
over
such
there
a
at
it's
Waffle
such a
House.
slap in the
Let me
face.
stop being
It's
funny.
just such a
I'll
slap
just
in
be
the
funny.
face to everybody that had to put in hard work and time or college
Right.
time. It's
It
just a
is.
big
That's
slap
what
in
Look,
the
and
face.
that's the thing. That's the thing, Survival. I remember when I started in the fucking St. Mary's Foundry. I worked in a gray and ductile iron foundry for almost 13 years of my life. And when I started out in that motherfucker, I started out making $7 an hour. $7 an hour, man. All right. And I had to work fucking 8 years before I finally saw like fucking $13-$14 an hour. And then all of a sudden, you have all these fucking kids that don't want to fucking work. And it ain't because of minimum wage, but it's just because of fucking trying to get people to come in and work at this point. They started bringing people in starting out at what I had to work my ass off to get to.
That's funny too
Yeah.
about minimum wage. Jenny V brings up a good point. You raise the minimum wage, you also have to raise the price of goods and services as well. So we
Yeah.
could be paying in essence of, well, has any one of you gone to a fast food restaurant? I know the other day I went to Arby's.
I go to one all the
$20.
time.
Yeah, I got 2 fish sandwiches, a roast beef, and
Shit, dude, it's $40 if I go through a fast food joint to feed me and my wife and
they
2
cook-
kids.
You know what?
The prices determine what demographic area you're in. I mean, New
You
York,
guys are gonna laugh.
Manhattan, on the downs is more expensive. The more city
How
areas,
much is a hamburger up there in New York?
downtown Brooklyn, it's going to be more expensive.
Hey, what's a
Further
hamburger in New
downtown
York, Mel?
in the Bronx is more expensive.
Shit, a fucking pound of hamburger at the store probably cost them $15.
Yeah.
I hadn't been to McDonald's.
Cheeseburger meal is practically almost going up to $12 a meal.
And they're not even allowed having a supersized Diet Coke because they banned this shit in New York.
Hey, it's time to pull out the bow.
I hadn't been to a McDonald's in like, I don't know, 2-3 years, or maybe more. And I pull up a couple months
Kelly
ago.
in the building.
Matter of fact, they raised the prices on the 2 sides now, man. It used to be like 2 for like $1.25.
Dude, $1. I said, where's the dollar menu?
Hey, dude, the value menu is not a value anymore.
How much is bacon up there? How much is bacon up there? Yeah.
50 cents.
Sorry, here in Indiana, we don't refer to bacon as bacon. We call bacon America.
No. Like I said, depending on demographic area. Like probably, I know in Manhattan, they probably charge like 90 cents at bacon on there.
Now,
I was just surprised there isn't a dollar menu anymore.
Like how much is bacon a pound? A pound up there.
Are you talking about in the grocery store now?
Yeah.
Well, you're looking at $5-6 a pound around here.
When I go in
now, if you go to the butcher and get fresh bacon, fresh butcher bacon, you're looking at probably $8-9 a pound.
Damn.
Hey, when I went out there, I usually go buy some buffalo wings, right? I bought it.
I'm about to go caveman and
a 4-pound bag of buffalo wings or wing sections. I used to get them for like $6.99. Oh, they're up to $17 now. And then if you get an 8-pack, you're paying almost $30. I'm like, well, they can't get people to work, but they're still raising the prices.
Well, when bacon hit like $9 in Georgia, last year it hit $9. I had my friend go out in the woods and he went hog hunting, and I ain't got to worry about no more bacon.
He made bacon, huh?
Yeah, we went grocery shopping. Like he went in wild hog. Where do you think bacon come from?
No, that's gross.
No, it's not. It's got a little kick to it. It's got a little wild taste.
Yeah, it's gamey as fuck.
But you know how you get rid of that taste? You just let it sit. Like you got to let the blood come out after like 2 days after you let it drain. It gets the game taste out of it.
Corn Roll says Becky's gonna buy my dinner, and Lemon Pepper Wing says a ribeye steak for $50.
What?
Probably in New York.
Where?
Bucks.
If you have one prepared for you at a restaurant. If you have it prepared and served you at a restaurant, probably.
Is that with fat or is that lean cut?
That's a good question. I mean, $50.
Give another example that went up, man. Like the potato chips, the 5-cent candies. Now they like 10 to 15 cent now. The little marble balls, they used to be 5 cent. Now they like 10 to 15 cent now.
Well, I know you remember the penny candy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, penny candy.
Shit! Now we're going. Now we're taking a trip down memory lane. Huh?
They're gonna be dime candies now.
Dorito chips now.
Corn pennies.
They're $1.25 now.
Well, they $5 a bag for Doritos here. $5 a bag.
I think that's what it is here too. $5. But now, I used to be able to get Stack's potato chips or Pringles for about $1. Some of them are $2 now.
Yeah, they're like $2 here.
Yeah, that's the inflation we're seeing with the Biden administration that supposedly 81 million people voted for.
Now, also, I'm glad it didn't hit the Senate yet. You know, the Triple B, not the Better Business Bureau, but the Build Back Better or the Build Back Broke plan.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, they want to. I mean, he still has
the broke back Biden plan.
Yeah, he still has it in there that he wants to monitor $600 transactions. Well, a way to get around that, you just take all your cash out of the bank and just pay money orders, write checks.
Well, I see. Just bring out the old mattress trick like my uncle did.
But see, here's the problem with that also too. Put that money in the mattress. 5 years from now, that money ain't gonna be worth shit.
True.
No, you put it in. Put it in Saran wrap. That's how he did it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Out of $10,000 you put in that mattress now, it's going to be less than that 5 years from now. When
it's going to be worth about $1,000 by the time you pull it out.
Well, money ain't nothing but glorified toilet paper, anyways. The way
that's why I've been telling people like me and the wife. As soon as this COVID shit started, me and the wife cleaned out our savings. We don't keep. Right. We keep like maybe a couple $200-300 cash on hand in a fire safe at home. And I spend every bit of all the other expendable cash that we have.
You know what
every bit of it.
You have to do that. Lemon Pepper Wings says $200 is like 4 days of groceries for him and his family. Jesus.
Damn.
What are you feeding, a fucking military squad?
No, I noticed that too. Have y'all noticed how much like when I went to the grocery store, what I normally buy, it cost me twice as much, like fruits, vegetables. You know, if you want to eat healthy and not eat all that produce, that processed stuff, cost me.
That's why you stop buying at grocery stores and you start changing how you purchase things, and
it don't matter.
It does matter. It absolutely does.
Yeah, you know,
I was buying in bulk.
What we started doing.
I was buying in bulk.
Yeah, buying in bulk.
Like also, Costco somewhere like that.
Exactly. You can also look into. There's a company. I don't know if it's nationwide, but there's one called Imperfect Foods, and it's things that aren't. They're just like steaks that weren't cut perfectly, or just meats that weren't perfectly cut, or
just fucking find someone that has a hog farm or a beef farm and buy a fucking quarter cow and a half a hog.
You can buy things for cheaper, or like you said, Costco or like a restaurant wholesale store. It's around.
Well, I get my meat from the hunters around here, okay? Like, there's a whole bunch of farms and stuff, and I know a whole bunch of country boys, black and white, that go out there in the woods, and they'll give me deer and all that, because you can only keep so much meat.
Well, you got Mayo Monkey up
there. Patriot, or Lemon Pepper, I'm not talking about cheap meat, bro. I mean, it's inexpensive, but it's still good stuff.
Yeah, you got Mayo Monkey says Nancy Pelosi needs
we have it.
$6 trillion? For what?
We haven't. Wait until that $6.4 trillion the fucking Trump signed into law for the first COVID bill. Wait till we start feeling the effects of that.
Fuck.
We haven't felt it yet.
No.
Right now, all we're feeling is Biden's fucking mistakes.
No, we're just starting to feel some of the money that was spent during 2020.
Alice. A lot of these fucking things that are going on right now are all because of policies that Biden implemented as soon as he got into office.
Yeah.
Yes, and that ramped up 2020 spending is what I'm saying. The policies that Trump had put a curve on it, okay? And then when Biden came in, he undid everything.
Are you serious? What Trump did put a curve on it? Trump signed the
Yes,
biggest
he knew
fucking
we were
budget.
in a bubble.
Trump
You need
signed
to
the
look at the.
biggest fucking bill ever put into law with $6.4 trillion.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It comes
he
in
that was his
waves.
first mistake. Yeah, he said he would never do that again. Mayo Monkey again says his 401k plan I haven't even heard 401 in a while, has been 89% converted to silver and gold, and non-commodities vault off the FDIC system. Well, if you have your money in a bank too, what is it insured up to? About 250 grand? I think it is.
Until the banks tank.
You think the bank's going to tank?
What I was
And
talking
then what?
about
And then
is,
what happens if they start doing what they're doing over in what was it? They started doing over in Kazakhstan or whatever they call it. The main reason why they started that war over there is because they were making them motherfuckers prove whether or not they had the vax in order to pull money out of the bank.
yeah. But no, what I'm talking about when he put in a curve, okay, you got to think who was president before Trump? Obama. Biden is just redoing what
You
Biden.
really think Trump did anything to benefit us? You're sadly mistaken.
I didn't say that. I said, listen to what I'm saying, okay, before you reply.
Sounds to me
all
like
right?
you're saying Trump's different than Biden and Biden and
put
Obama.
in all these green policies when he was in office. He was in office for 8 years.
Trump did some good stuff. Trump did some good stuff.
What Trump did is he put in policies to block
Yeah,
that. That's why he got out of the Paris Accord. No, what I'm saying,
he did do some good stuff.
Yeah, he put a $6.4 trillion in debt.
When we were under Obama, we were in the Paris Accord that had to do with the Great Reset. All right.
Right.
When Trump got into office, he put a halt to that. He pulled out of that French thing that was going on. Okay. So that put a curve in what Obama was doing. So they had to get Biden back in to re-implement it because this was supposed to be already said and done. That's why he was trying to put Hillary in office. That's why he left all them court spots open. That's why Trump filled them up. You didn't look at how many.
That's where I think a lot of you guys are mistaken. Hillary was never supposed to be in office. They used Hillary to get Trump elected.
I'm not saying that. That's what their plan was. Okay, it failed. Trump got into office.
Their plan went along just as planned. They wanted Trump in office.
Do you know how many judges that Trump put into office?
And how many of them how many of them judges have actually benefited anything as far as real American policy? Not a fucking one of them.
Quite a few of them have stopped the mandates in certain states.
They stopped the mandate. They stopped the mandate, but they stopped the mandates to a certain level. If you paid attention, the mandates got stopped unless you are on Medicaid or Medicare, then you still have to abide by the mandate. Or unless you're a company that had that contracts with the government, then you have to abide by the mandate.
I'm talking about the lower courts. He put judges everywhere, conservative judges everywhere.
I understand that he did that in the fucking 6th, 7th, and 8th and 9th circuit, but even those judges haven't fucking come to do anything of benefit for this country.
Are there 151 Supreme Court judges? No.
Oh my fucking God, you're missing what I'm saying.
I think what you're
missing what I'm saying.
Pretty vague,
okay?
Snowman.
Trump put a little bump in the road. We were already in a bubble before Trump got into office. Obama was making us go broke with all his policies.
Let me ask Snowman real quick. And him and I know that you and I were buddies, so I'm just gonna ask you.
Yeah, we're buddies. I thought we still were, dickhead.
What? I said we are, right?
Oh, okay. Just as long as you got that corrected.
So do you think that honest answer, do you think Donald Trump is working hand in hand with Democrats and the elites?
I do.
Okay, well then, so if you think that it's all that side, then there's no point in really trying to debate.
Well, and the thing is let me give you the dude. Well, the dude, look, man, the dude was on TV as a fucking television actor for how many years?
He was,
and he was a Democrat too.
He only had
for a long time.
He was
He
a
was.
card-carrying Democrat, and he also lobbied as a Democrat for how
Yeah,
many
because he
years?
also gave Hillary some money in her 2008 campaign. Chat, Brian, Brother Davis says Booker T. Washington
Somebody get rid of the Russian bot in there too.
what does it say? Anybody read that? Greetings, Booker T. Washington. Don't disregard a good education, however, make technical, mechanical, and agricultural skills important. That is facts. And
Agriculture is important.
well, that's right. And if anybody in the chat spam Awesome Alice's channel, spam Angry Snowman's channel in there, and also
Survival.
Survivor's channel in there, and Brother Melly Mel, we waiting for your channel, brother.
Yeah, you need a channel, Mel.
I'm just a panelist. Yeah.
You need a channel, man. Make some videos.
Yeah, tell
Man,
Mr.
you know,
Snowman
sometimes-
tell Mr. Snowman we said hi. In
No,
You
the chat.
got a beautiful mind,
sometimes
Mel.
I wish
I'd
I
like
was
to
just
hear
a
your intellectual thinking.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Snowman in the chat. My fault. She says, hello, everybody. State and local governments are able to continue mandates if they choose to.
Not by the Constitution. You know, I just seen a lady. She's a nurse, right? She sued them
They can.
because they went against her contract, right? Her contract stated in 2011 when she became a nurse that she didn't sign up that she would do any form of shots, okay? So she took them to court because they fired her because they wouldn't take her religious exemption. And what she did was she used the Constitution and her contract, and they had to pay her money because them firing her made her lose, you know, her livelihood. So now she's going to get money. So all they have to do is sue them.
And what job was that she was working?
She was a nurse.
Okay, was it a federal hospital or was it government funded? Most hospitals.
She was a subcontractor. She was RN. She was RN, so she had her own contract. Like
so
they
she's
contract
currently
some
suing,
of these
or did she win?
She won.
Oh, cool. Good for her.
So she said that she was telling the other nurses that they needed to file the complaint because when you are RN, you're contracted. Just like if you went to a construction site and you're a subcontractor. Most of these nurses that work for these the hospital are subcontractors, especially the traveling nurses. So they have their own contract. So that's how you get around it is you make sure that your contract states that what you will and what you will not apply, will agree to. So they forgot about that because before 2021, she had the contract in 2011. So they had to uphold her contract. They broke the contract, so therefore they are liable.
Now, Mr. Snowman says the Supreme Court stated that state and locals are not cutting off from mandating. And also she says...
It's up to the states. Yeah.
Yeah, and also she says if the company is requiring it on their own, that is one thing. It's kind of hard to sue the state and local governments, though. Well, that is true.
You could sue them if you had damages. Okay.
No, you can't. You can't sue the state and local if it's a company mandate. You got to go to the company.
You can sue the company and the state because
I'm currently having this problem right now, you guys. Like
in the Constitution, it states no state can make any law.
Actually, the Supreme Court's already ruled that how they put that, Vig? With
they get federal funding.
Or no, there was the thing going out saying that people that took the vax because they were mandated and ended up with adverse effects could sue either the state or local, or they could sue the company, and all those lawsuits have all come back as a loss so far.
Well, they do need
Cybertosin in the house.
Class action suit is what they need to do. As a matter of fact, if I was damaged by it, I would personally sue Biden.
Now, Mrs.
You can't sue a sitting president. It would have
Why not?
It would only because you just can't. It would have,
because
it would have to be after he's out.
I think it needs to be tried.
Look it up.
Mr. Snowman said that is true. They have to update the contract if they want to require it within the company, unless they are required by the government. And she also says the states are the ones that are supposed to create any laws. Feds aren't supposed to be local or
Total
lawmakers.
lawmakers.
Yeah, that's what the Supreme Court stated. They said that the federal government does not have power to implement mandates. It's done at a state level. Okay. So if your state does it, then yeah, it could be implemented. But if you're injured due to anything they implement, you have the right to sue.
Yeah, I'm reading this goddamn post on Facebook, on my Facebook page, talking about I need help. I've been getting into physical fights with my boyfriend. I'm mentally abused. I'm like, what?
Well, leave, dumbass.
That's how I feel, number one. And I'm like, yo, pay attention.
I'm sorry.
What kind of help? What kind of help? Is she like,
That's
is she
fact.
blocked in?
It's like, yo, she wrote physical fights, not
I
my
couldn't help myself.
man abusing me, hitting me. She sound like y'all both they both going to blows with each other. But yeah, she
No,
still like
you should
it's like some
comment. I'll
Rihanna type
pray
shit.
for you. I will pray for you.
It's like some Chris Brown Rihanna type
I
shit.
agree with Mayo Monkey's comment.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you read that, Angry Snowman? Going to
be a weird year. Some serious rights are going to be tested this year. 10th Amendment specifically, the state's right to tell the Fed to fuck off. We are going to hear something crazy this year.
Yeah,
and it is and like he said, it is an election year.
It is an election year. I was about to say that myself.
You know, so we're going to hear that we've already started hearing the same old election year rhetoric. You know, the racism shit. You're going to hear that. The poor need fucking federal funding, fucking bullshit. You know, this, that, and the other. You know, the whole immigration fucking bullshit. We're going to hear the same old fucking tired ass fucking, lies and fucking promises and broken promises and, this, that, and the other to get these motherfuckers fake elected.
Mr. Snowman says, I highly doubt it would hold up in court. The most you could get is your medical bills covered by the state.
Yeah, but if you can prove mental and emotional and all that, I mean, lawsuits. That's what made America great. Is lawsuits, okay?
No, it isn't what made America great. Those frivolous lawsuits are what fucking started us down this path we're on now.
Drove the healthcare cost up so high. Those frivolous lawsuits like by John Edwards.
Alice, you have to phrase it. I know, Alice, shut up for a second. I know exactly what you mean. I know what you mean when you say.
Someone's house.
Hang on, Alice, shut up. Listen, I know what you're saying when you said lawsuits make America great. You just got to phrase it differently. You mean, our Constitution and our how do you phrase it better than just lawsuits made America great? Because that sounds stupid.
Salute to my boy, Guy King, Sigma American. Great to hear from you, brother. Well, yeah.
There must be a lag.
Is there a lag? I don't know.
I ain't got no lag.
I don't have a lag.
I don't have a lag either. No.
But Alice, I know
think
what you mean.
You and that fucking backwoods internet connection you got.
You can sue for anything. That's what I mean. Like, what other country can you go and sue?
That whole mentality, sue for anything mentality is stupid. Lawsuits are what ruined us. Like
you're talking about having a justice system that works.
How is it ruining us?
Right?
No, she likes the idea of being able to sue McDonald's for $20 million because you spilled coffee on your fucking lap
now that was the worst
because you're too fucking ignorant to realize that coffee's fucking hot.
That was one that started the brigade.
She had to get a coochie graph.
I don't give a fuck. She still knew coffee was hot.
Yeah,
it was like super hot though.
Mr. Snowman says lawsuits in some ways give
skin off her ass. I think your coochie will never be the.
Lawsuits give people the power back, huh?
I think lawsuits are necessary.
Oh well.
Yeah, I think we need to sue them.
Not frivolous.
Not frivolously though.
But now we're talking about lawsuits. Let me ask you all this. And now Now we all drive. What do you think about car insurance? Okay, we all have car
It's
insurance.
unconstitutional.
I knew you were going to say that. Because if we're paying for car insurance, okay, how in the world do we have a deductible? We shouldn't even have a deductible. I mean, I know I got Geico. I still got 3 to 5.
The only people that should have to carry insurance 411 are people that are actually using their vehicles to make money. Those that are actually benefiting, transporting goods to be sold. Those are the only, just like those are the only people that should have to carry a driver's license.
Well,
And the
I'm glad I had car
Constitution
insurance.
specifically states that it's every American's right to free travel.
I think of it the same way as I think of health insurance. I think if somebody wants to have it and they feel better having it, by all means, you pay it every month because that's what you want. And if you don't want to be forced to have insurance for your health or for your car, hey, it's on you to take that risk. I don't think you should be forced to pay the money.
Exactly. I agree.
Exactly.
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead.
All right. When a deer comes out and messes up your brand new car, you'll be glad. Or will you be sad if you didn't have insurance?
Say what?
If a deer comes out and you hit a deer, that's what she's saying.
Okay.
Most car insurance
It's a
doesn't
brand new
cover
car.
acts of
It's a
God.
brand new car. Yes, it does. Mine does. But I got a whole. I had
You got
$5,000 worth
collision,
of
don't you?
damage.
Well, of course,
I had
Alice, it's going to
collision.
suck,
Yeah, but I mean, I had my car fixed within 4 days, so there is reasons for insurance. Or what
Of
about the
course there
people
is.
that get hurt because somebody didn't have insurance, was riding around with no insurance, and now their legs are fucked up the rest of their life,
What's
and
that
they
got to
couldn't
do
get
with insurance?
any
Well, they would just
kind
sue you, for all
they
the medical
won't.
bills.
Yeah. Yes, legitimate
Because
lawsuits, not
the
suing
insurance
Mickey D.
covers the medical.
Oh my
There is reasons
God.
for it.
Y'all have to watch this cringeworthy shit. You know that show 90 Day Fiance?
Oh,
Oh my God.
Oh man, I just seen a scene from this shit. This dude, 54 years old, who got this 32
sperm bank.
woman and sperm. Oh, not on the chat.
You on the,
And unfortunately, like he gave her this Christmas gift on his terms, but she wasn't happy. So it's like she was talking to this dude like a dominatrix talking to a sub.
now,
Going
now,
her little good boy. They in the gym with her working out. She told me I used to work out by myself and everything. And then she talking about you want to make it up to me and stuff like that. I planned this trip, and the one thing is it's $2,500 and stuff. First he looked like I ain't paying for that, but she got him with the mind fuck, the Jedi mind fuck. It's the delicious special trip than all you took all the other girls. But she literally said in her complimentary, I ain't like the gift he gave me, so I'm gonna get the most expensive gift out there. So you know what he did? He caved in. The bitch motherfucker caved in.
wow.
Yeah, actually, the accident the wife was in caused my fucking insurance to go up.
Shit.
Yeah. Now, Sigma American, my boy Guy King brings up a point. How about the lawsuit?
Was it her fault?
Who fault?
Of course it was. She got pregnant.
Was it her fault in the accident?
Oh, the accident. Sorry.
No, I mean, he said that
he's talking about
his insurance went up.
Comment.
Yeah, we'll address that.
Oh, okay.
Alex,
yeah, let's address Sigma Americans about the sperm bank, child support for having a sperm bank baby.
No, that's.
What do you want me to say about that?
That is fucked.
I got all kinds of shit to say about that,
How
Sigma.
did you pull that shit?
I mean, they must have the guys. They must have his information. The guy that donated.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
They really awarded a woman child support from the guy who donated his sperm.
Yeah.
Just imagine getting that letter in the mail.
Or the man? Does the sperm bank pay it, or does the man?
No, the man has to be.
No, the man. Once you got his information, he got his social security number. Yeah, you report to child support.
Well, how did she get his information? He should be able to sue the sperm bank then.
His DNA was inside her.
Now, see, that's a legitimate lawsuit right there. He should be able to sue the sperm bank because his information is supposed to be private.
Exactly. You sign away my parental rights. This way, you know what I'm saying? Words.
What'd she do? Go in there and be like, I want to have a baby from like a doctor or a lawyer. And they're like, oh, we have the perfect sperm sample right here to put right in you with a turkey
Hey,
baster.
too much information. I thought you were supposed to just give the
I
name.
wonder, was there a sperm catalog?
Yeah, they're like, here's a rock star.
How does that even work? The judge ordered the sperm bank to locate the man?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, when I lived in Pennsylvania, Angry Snowman, it was this lesbian couple. Okay, and they got a baby by a sperm bank, and they located a man who was up there where Survival was in Seattle, Washington, and he had to pay child support to a lesbian couple.
Why?
My advice to anybody that donated to a sperm bank or anybody going through child support: ignore all papers coming from that fraudulent ass courthouse that's trying to force you into a fucking bullshit, unlawful fucking administrative hearing that holds no fucking legal grounds.
They don't call him Angry Snowman for nothing.
Someone paid off one of the workers in there to expose information that wasn't supposed to be exposed. That's the only way I could figure out how to get these private information like this. Someone was able to pay us the money, and someone broke the rules at the job.
Wow.
Now, see, my question is, why did a fucking judge even rule in their favor? That woman, when she went to the sperm bank, knew damn well that she wasn't going to have a fucking father in that child's life.
Dude, that's so fucked. I can't believe that.
The laws in the woman's
favor. You know what the man should have done?
That's
you know what the man should have did? He said, okay, I'm going to take my child with me.
Exactly. When it comes to child support, we all know technically child support is getting a percentage of that. Okay,
no, that's what I do. I tell the judge I want fucking 50-50 joint custody of my fucking child then.
You're still the father, no matter what.
Yeah.
I would have said I want full custody.
You might not have that kind of connection with some random woman you've never met and some child that is partly yours. You may not have a connection. You might not want.
That's true. Going back to
remember, there's dudes that's paying child support.
I'm telling you, that just
never slept with.
Look,
finding out, I'm not the father, but they actually prove it. But the judge says for final say so. I don't care. I'm gonna make you pay for it anyway.
Look,
don't donate any more sperm, y'all.
What Sigma just pointed out to us. All it does is it proves what I said on an earlier stream you had. That child support literally has nothing to do with children and has everything to do with the state garnering revenue off of your child.
Yeah.
Well, they get an incentive to collect child support.
Yeah.
Going back to
Mrs. Say that's not true. No, I said bullshit. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's talking about the government paid the child support.
It depends on the situation, man.
From my taxpayer money. Paying for it.
Well, what about the men that get child support? What do y'all think about that?
Well, if they deserve it, then they deserve it. If they're
I don't think anybody that has custody of a kid should get child support from anybody. If you need someone else's money to raise your fucking kids, then you don't need to be raising your fucking kids.
Well, that's a good point.
So the single fathers that get child support and hold the women accountable?
Again, if you need someone else's money to support your kids, then you don't need custody of them.
And
why don't they listen to this? Why don't they?
Alice, hold it. I doubt if there's a lot of single fathers who's going to their baby mamas for the child support. I'm not saying that ain't none of them, but I guarantee that most percent of them ain't going to their baby mothers for child support. Being that they
just took their ass to court and got child support.
That's wow.
Yeah, but it's not a whole lot of them. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
not only that, the level of child support women have to pay as opposed to men is an astronomical difference. When a woman's paying fucking $80 a month to a fucking man's $400 a month, it does matter. It absolutely matters.
I know you said men could get it. Men could get it, Alice, but most of us ain't going to do that.
Right. Most of us men, that if we have custody of our kids, all we want is our kids. And the woman can keep her fucking money. I don't want your money. I don't want you being able to say that you helped me do shit.
That's true.
Well, My friend has 5 kids, and he got child support because he had 5 kids with the lady, and she just dropped the kids on him. So what he did was said, "You're going to be held responsible," and she ended up in prison doing a couple years because she didn't want to pay.
That'd be the
He
first
did it
fucking
for the
woman I've ever
principle.
heard of that went to fucking prison for not paying child support.
What state? What
There's
state
plenty
that they
of them
live?
in county right now, sir.
What
She's
state
down
they
in,
living from? What state they
They
from?
lock them up. That's
you're down
Georgia.
in Georgia, right, Alice? It's Georgia,
Yeah,
right?
they don't play around here. You take care of your kids, or you go to jail.
I'm just thinking of scenarios here. If let's say you were a guy that was married to a successful lawyer woman, and you were just maybe you didn't even have a job. She was supporting you for whatever reason. This is just a scenario, and she did that to the guy. Like she had kids with the guy and then ditched him, but she had a ton of money, and he was like, "Shit, what am I going to do with all these kids?" Maybe in that case, she should be paying some money, but he's got to get off his ass and
He
get something
got
figured out anyway.
alimony. He got alimony, and he got child support.
Oh, she was the bigger breadwinner then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So in
fine.
Georgia, they go by in Georgia. It's who makes the most money. Okay, if the woman is the breadwinner, basically the one that makes the most money in Georgia, the man gets alimony and he gets child support if he keeps the kids.
Wow.
That's how it works in Georgia.
Wait. Hold. I'm sorry, I'm reading something else. Scottie Pippen ordered to pay ex Laura support after revealing she makes $10K a day on OnlyFans, and he got to pay this bitch.
Well, how much is he paying her, Mel?
I don't even know.
Well, that's like Dre. Didn't he get stuck paying like $40,000 a month in child support to his ex?
Yeah, you know who else got stuck paying? Has anybody ever heard of the Huffington Post? Her husband, she was talking about getting rich, but she was getting $363,000 a month. Ariana Huffington, that was her, the one that runs the Huffington Post. Like, wow, that's you multiply that by 12 and see what you get. That's almost $3 million. She gets an alimony and everything.
The Huffington Post is a rag too. It's a liberal rag.
Right.
Good God.
But I try to.
Brother, free zone.
Yes. And Mr. Snowman's going back to car insurance says it's a waste of money. They don't pay out anywhere, but true, it's a scam.
It is a scam.
Right,
you pay your premium every fucking month, and say you've never got into an accident and you've held car insurance for 20 years, and then 20 years down the road you finally get into an accident. You've stayed on top of all your premiums, and then they still want a $500 fucking deductible from you before they actually pay out what it is that you've been paying for years and decades for them to cover.
And if you get an accident, even if it's not your fault, your premium still goes up.
Yep.
So speaking of insurance and accidents, let's transfer that to medical field or the health insurance, where we'll just say accident is you getting sick. When Obamacare was finally implemented in 2008 or 9?
I think it was 10.
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, it was right around there. And I think I was still early 20s, and I was working hard. I had money in the bank, and they're like, "You got to pay for insurance now." And I'm like, I did the math, and they go, at the end of the year, if you don't sign up and pay this insurance money, then you're going to owe us. I did end up paying about $1,500 at the end of the year. But I did the math, and I'm like, well, if I pay him $300 a month, it's going to be way more than that.
Well, hold on, survival. The wife's going to hop on here, and she's going to tell you guys a story about somebody and her family that they got pregnant, and they opted to drop their private insurance and go for the Obamacare, thinking that it was going to actually save them money. Let her tell you what happened to them.
Okay, well, before she does, then I'm just going to finish my thing. I did the math. I was a younger man. I didn't get sick. I still am not a guy that gets sick. I have no real health problems. So I didn't want to pay this insurance at all, and I didn't. I had to pay the fine at the end of the year, and that was cheaper. It was cheaper for me to do that than go with this insurance bullshit. And I think a lot could be said the same with car insurance.
Yeah, remember they charge you if you don't sign up. If you don't have no health insurance, they're gonna charge you behind.
Yeah, I had to pay that fine. Yeah, I paid it.
That
it was still less.
like that.
It was still
I never
less
paid
than
that
whatever.
fine one time, dude, and I never had health insurance.
They charged my brother, I think, like $1,500 on his taxes. They said it was a penalty fee because he would not sign for Obamacare. He
Yeah, that's
said
what it
he
was.
didn't need it.
But it was still less than what I would have had to pay the entire year.
Yeah, that's what he said because it was $300.
Or
What
you
they
could have just
rated
did
him
what
at
I
was
did
like,
and lied on your income tax return and said you had insurance. They never asked you to prove it.
Well, I don't know. But, either way, I was like,
People don't
25,
know that.
20, I don't remember. I was mid-20s. So
The
people are
government
saying, oh,
lies
you
to us
got to
all
do
the
this.
time. What's it
yeah,
hurt
that's
for us to lie back?
$6,000. That's
Exactly.
$6,000 survival. If you think 12 times, no, that's
That's a
But
lot.
yeah,
That's,
let the wife tell you about this.
$3,600.
What happened to her sister and brother-in-law?
Yeah, so I weighed the options. I did it, Alex.
yeah,
It
yeah.
worked out fine.
Going back
Yeah,
to
that's why
Sigma's
my brother did that same thing.
Going back to Sigma's comment, the judge ordered the sperm bank to locate the man. And then Mayo Monkey with a grenade. The sperm bank gave a woman the sperm service, and she sued the sperm bank to get the records of who it was. They refused. She sued the man who donated. Wow.
So that's what happened. The judge had final say, so the judge is going
Well,
to say.
see, and that's the problem that we have in today's world is we got judges that are trying to make laws, and that's not their fucking job.
No, they're supposed to interpret
they
law.
get extra money, but on the back end.
No, they're supposed to execute the law. They're not even supposed to interpret it. Technically, the way the court works is the judge is supposed to be nothing more than an intermediary in between the two defendants, the defendant and the fucking co-defendant, the two people that are suing each other, and the fucking jury. The jury is the one that's supposed to execute who's guilty and what the fine's supposed to be. That's supposed to be the jury's job. The judge is only supposed to monitor. That's all he is a moderator.
The judge is supposed to follow the letter of the law, basically how it's written, and make sure that one person doesn't overstep their boundaries. The judge is just a median, like a referee, kind of like.
That's what I just said.
And the state,
that's what I'm saying.
Sigma American says the state is extorting men using women as their pawns.
They have been ever since fucking Title 4D got signed into law.
They're doing it to women too now.
We got to go over that Title 4D.
We got to get people back to personal responsibility and accountability, and a lot of this child support could end.
Yeah. Dropping the kids on him is different than him choosing to take full custody. Comes from Mrs. Snowman. Now, Free Zone Lou, they put women on child support and alimony. It's just more often with men than women.
Yeah. Because a lot of men won't apply. They just move forward.
That's because the system isn't set up to help men the way it's set up to help women.
Facts.
I guess it depends on the state, Snowman.
I was in Virginia. Yeah, she might be right because I was in Virginia, and Virginia was not for men. Neither was Maryland.
Neither was Ohio, man. Because you know what? Both my exes got fucking state-funded attorneys. They had everybody fucking doing all the work for them, and I made less money than both them bitches, and still had to come up with money for an attorney and figure shit out on my own.
And I know
but
Pennsylvania,
those are real feminist areas too now. When you get in the Bible Belt, it's different. When you get down below the Bible Belt, it's a little bit different. I mean, they're real strict down here.
Yeah,
Alex, you'd be so. You guys would all probably be shocked if you spent any time up here in like near Seattle with the way it's.
I would shoot myself if I lived in Seattle.
Just so weak and crappy and shitty up here, you guys.
You got Seattle's best coffee up there, Survival.
Yeah, but dude, all I got to do is watch the news, and I understand why Seattle and fucking Portland, Oregon, have the highest suicide rate out of anywhere else in the world.
Oh, dude, it's just I
can tell. Yeah,
that might be due to the climate,
the city
but
that
it's
don't
also
sleep or something. What is Seattle? The city that don't sleep? Wasn't there a movie about that?
That's New York.
New York.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah,
that was a that's a bullshit ass movie, Hollywood movie.
That's my city, Alice. City that don't sleep. 24/7.
That's New York.
Says the song goes by James Brown. This is a man's world. The fact is, this is a woman's world. Well, it's because men handed it over.
It is now.
James Brown says this is a man's world, but it wouldn't be a man's world without women and little girls. James Brown is. We got a big old
certain
James
extent.
Brown statue in my town. Okay, I
He-
met him.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was from South Carolina, James Brown.
Yeah, he's right across the bridge. There was a house that burnt down in my area when I was a little girl, and he came in his limousine, and he was dressed up in his whole outfit, and he shook my hand and he said, "Hey, little girl."
And you shuffle in there.
Mr. Snowman is coming with some heavy hitters. Women have way too much power anymore. Not trying to sound like a
Well,
self-hater,
the
but
men
it's
need to
true.
drop their nuts and take it back.
Well, look, I'll be honest with you. The wife used to be a staunch feminist until she started dating me, and she started seeing the reality of how a lot of things really work. And it disgusted her when she saw how the system is. The biggest thing for her was when she got pregnant with our first son, and she was laid off from her job that they just closed the fucking job, but they put her on unemployment, and her unemployment had ran out. She went up to the welfare office just to see if she could get enough food stamps just to help supplement. And they told her that I made like $15, $20 too much for her to be able to apply for her to be able to get any food stamps. But then turn around and told her that if she left me, though, if she left me and decided to be on her own, they would give her any and all benefits, including those she didn't even realize she could get, just to leave me. And that's when
you may be able to address this, Angry Snowman. She was the original feminist, not a feminazi. That you have.
I think all me personally, I think all feminists are feminazis, but I will give her that.
I get her point. I see what she doesn't have half of her head shaved with like it dyed green. I've seen her.
She believes in true equality, but she also believes that with that equality, you shouldn't have. She believes that if you're going to want all the fucking benefits of being a man, that you should also deal with all the fucking all the problems and responsibility of being a man as well.
With equality, you better get the responsibility. Yeah, I know, Alice.
I break the law, then I go to jail, just like the rest of y'all.
Free Zone Lou's coming up with a Free Zone Lou. Women's rights needs to be rolled back. No voting rights for women. Landowners only. He came up with that red pill.
No, man. Then I wouldn't even be able to vote because I'm not a landowner.
Well, heck, I'm not.
I'd be able to vote.
I mean, technically, Free Zone. If you want to go down that road, technically, Free Zone. If you want to go down that road. Nobody's a landowner because if you're having to pay a fucking property tax on a property that you already paid tax on when you bought the property, then you don't own that land. You're just renting it.
Shout out to a new gentleman, Germ on the board. Welcome to the channel. He's new to this channel.
What's up, Germ on the board?
Welcome.
We're just chatting it up. We
kicking some good stuff over here. It's open panel. We bought the education.
Well, I thought we had a topic tonight, man, and then fucking you let Alice come up here and just go willy-nilly on the panel.
Oh, we got
Alice. We was talking about minimum wage.
About
minimum wage.
Well, that's part of it because it all actually flows in all the rest of the topics because they all deal with money, including education. The original feminists wanted equality, not being put on a tower. Oh, facts.
They just wanted to be paid like the men. That's what the women's suffrage movement was about. The reason I looked into it because the lady's name, one of the suffrage women, was Alice Paul.
I don't need to know.
I liked her because her name was Alice.
No, I agree with the wife with that comment.
I mean,
women screwed up when we took too much. We had it made in the shade when all we had to do was cook, clean, and give it up when he wanted.
So it probably, what was it? World War II, all the fucking good, all the strong men were gone. They left. They were out fighting. And these ladies had to hold it down back here, and they probably just started wanting to get some money for what they were doing. And that was okay. But this new wave shit?
Pandering to her husband.
Yeah, we should have stopped at voting. We could have stayed home.
Look, the wife honestly believes that women had more power before all this feminazi shit. All you had to do was cook and clean and fucking give your old man, some of that fucking vagina every now and again. And you had control of everything. That you had control of the finances.
What was the women that don't have a man supposed to do?
That's your own problem.
They have a battery
Well,
operated
get one.
boyfriend, Bob.
Even the
Go
most
find one.
unattractive ones are getting men.
That's a
What?
fact. If you ain't got a man, then that's a personal problem.
Exactly.
Or a
Who
personal
says that a
preference.
man needs a woman and a woman needs a man? It's a personal choice to be in a relationship.
Because that's the law of nature.
That's not the law of nature.
Really? So
Only if you want.
Alice,
Only if you want
if
to
I
reproduce.
want to have a baby, who do I need? I can't
You ain't having one. You ain't having one with Steve. That's for damn sure.
Reproduction. Yes, for reproducing. Yes. Okay, but you could go your whole life and not be with somebody and be pretty content. Is what I'm saying. There's plenty of men that do it.
And unfortunately, do you understand?
Incels?
Yeah, you look at some of them here in the manosphere.
They're not happy. Incels are not happy men.
Yeah, they're
Why
high.
aren't they?
Because they
want a
fucking
woman.
can't get a girl.
Females, period. They never had sex. Period.
My
Yeah,
brother
look
is
at what the wife said.
37
We handled
years
all
old.
the money.
Listen.
Look, the
My
wife
brother
said,
is 37 years old and he's a virgin.
so good for him.
Oh,
He
you
don't
say
need a woman.
37 years old and is a virgin.
He don't want to just be with anybody. Maybe one day, he said.
And you know what? That's a big problem right there.
Why?
Why? Is he out in the
didn't-
dating world? Is he out dating?
He don't want to.
He don't
He's
want to.
seen how women are these days. He don't want.
Why is that, Alice? Why you don't want? Why
He
you
said
don't want to
because
date?
most women are whores.
Really? How do you know most women are whores and he's not even out in the dating game?
Alice, have you ever been out of Georgia?
Look,
He makes a valid point. How can you know anything about women if you aren't interacting with them?
He's got a brother that used to bring girls home all the time, and they would have sex with him at the drop of
That
a
could
dime.
just be his brother's choice. Maybe his brother likes fast women.
Well, he said if they're fast like that, he don't need it. He'd rather make sure his dick don't fall off.
You know, but to sit and make an accusation on all women based on what one man has?
Not everybody's situation is the same, Snowman.
People think of what women are. God forbid he might find himself a woman that's a freaky whore and makes him the happiest man he could ever be.
Yeah,
well, that's his choice.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you
It's
what,
a bad
man.
choice, but you know.
My wife
Why
is
is it a
a
bad
fucking
choice?
lady in the streets and a motherfucking
Y'all
freaking
want a woman,
man.
y'all get a woman. If he wants to be by himself, that's up to him. Why are you trying to control another man?
This man better not be coming up to me, be like, "Yo, a woman this, woman that." I want to lay it on him hard, Alice. I'm sorry.
You
Mary
didn't see the women we grew up around. You did not see the women we grew up around. They would suck and fuck everything.
Alice.
Leon, are you
That's
married,
still
man?
just a small demographic of women.
No.
That's just how they were around here.
I was a while back.
Where am I from?
Okay.
I'm from Augusta. What do you think? It's disgusting.
I said me. Where I'm from.
Crap hoes everywhere.
I mean, you grew up around? I'm from New York City, sweetheart.
Yeah, trap whores everywhere.
I guarantee the type of woman you grew up around, and you talking about this and that, they in New York.
The only ones
Well,
that
they're
were
everywhere.
decent were the
For that
old
matter.
women.
So it still make a difference. Like, come on.
Well, if you're
I'm
a man
just saying,
that wants
I'm
to
just
start,
saying,
shut up,
man.
Alice. Hang on a second. If you're a man that wants to start a family,
Thank you.
and you feel that urge that you want to reproduce, you want to have a family. You need to be better. A man needs to be better at choosing his partner and looking. You don't have to.
All
You don't want to look
Dick
for the
discipline.
easy one. You know, you don't want to look for the easiest one because by this point, you should have learned in your teens and early 20s how the easy ones are. You had to have a hard breakup at one point. Some girl had to break your heart. She cheated on you. You realize, okay, I know the type I'm looking for now, and I'm not looking for the ones that come easy to me. And you make a choice, and then you go forward with it.
Okay, you can shut up now, Survival, and let me speak. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen, not everybody's path is the same. Now, is it?
Well, I'm sorry,
No.
Alex. I think
Where does it state that a man has to have sex? Where? Where is it in the Constitution?
It's not in the
Where is it
Constitution.
in
It's in our
anything?
instincts. It's in our instincts, Alice.
Well, maybe he just don't want to.
Alice, let me bust it down.
That's like saying that all men have to have gay sex. Okay,
No, it's not. No, it is not. You're comparing apples and cinder blocks
No,
now.
I'm not. Sex is sex. Holes are holes.
No,
You're
it's
sounding
not.
like a
You're
liberal.
comparing
That's how
apples
you're
and
woke.
cinder
You're
blocks.
woke now.
Nice try.
Have you been around dudes who never had sex before? You know how they act?
I've been around quite a
Weird.
few.
They're weird. They act very
They
weird.
are weird. They're fucking weirdos,
Well,
dude.
maybe let me explain something. Maybe they talk about more than just sex, and maybe that's why they're weird to y'all.
Too, Alice.
They collect gas station bags.
Think about it. The government, in a way, media is trying to promote men, certain percentage of men to at least get laid because they know the fact that most women that's not getting laid are going on a killing spree like crazy. Elliot Rogers is coming to your mind, Alice?
Well, listen, the ones that I know that aren't like they are virgins, they actually can hold a conversation without using their dick to point it out.
Alice, I thought we made a rule that for you to be on panels, you had to smile,
how about we make a rule
and all that shit.
You don't try to tell me what to do. Your wife is in the chat. Tell her what to do.
I don't care. My wife is in the chat. She absolutely is.
That's the woman you control, not me, sir.
In Alice's defense, there are people that are asexual. There are men that are asexual. They're just not interested.
I'm just saying that sex is not everything to everybody.
No, Alice, sweetheart, how old are these men that's talking to you that are virgins, as you say?
I knew one that was 40 years old. I knew that one that was like 30.
30 to 40 years old?
Poor bastard.
Yeah.
These dudes
they're religious.
They're weirdos.
They're weirdos.
Religious men that have religious beliefs and not having sex before marriage.
Every religious man that I've ever known that was a virgin ended up molesting little boys.
Exactly.
Oh,
not that I know.
So if you're a religious man and you're celibate,
that is a lie, Snowman. That is a lie. Don't accuse people of things. No, that's not.
No, it's not a lie. You don't know. Hey, everybody's path is different. You don't know what I've seen in my life.
Well, I understand that, but to make that accusation that just because
what did I say? I said every man that I know that stayed celibate.
That is wild. That is wild.
What I see, you're sitting and taking what I said out of context. I said every man that I know, not every man on the planet. I said every man I know.
Okay.
Nice try though. That was a hell of an attempt.
No, I said that I said that's what. So you're saying the ones you've known.
Hey, Alice. Bottom line, the majority of men want some sex. Okay.
This is a good one, 411. I see you sitting there fucking smiling your ass off. You're trying hard not to crack up.
This one went from minimum wage. Well, I mean, but it's
to something totally different, man. That's what happens.
That's what I like on the panel.
Between men and women.
Well, you know what, Snowman? I can go ahead and get off the platform so you can go ahead and take over, okay? So have a good day.
Don't go, Alice. No. Snowman.
Let's come back.
All right. Mary G says a 600-pounder, she has a man. And Germ on the board. Folks take over the manosphere. They come up with 100 excuses why they can't get or keep a woman. Yeah, the manosphere is yeah.
That's
I've never really been over the manosphere.
401, yeah. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Well, you know, I look at it. A lot of these
apparently I was being too angry.
Well, you know,
there's not
it's in your name.
It used to be now. Like things starting to build itself back up, so people's going back out more now away from YouTube. But if you started your show like 2 years ago during the lockdowns, you had twice as more subscribers now because everybody was home.
Well, actually, I've been on YouTube since 2016. So, but I wasn't on it, pre-COVID.
On it heavy, like the last 2 years with your show, right?
Yeah. Well, this is the first time I haven't been doing live streams that long. I do pre-recorded content, so normally, but yeah, when I hear what you guys are saying. It is human nature for men and women to bond. I know what you're saying. That is human nature. It's just facts, and we're never going to get away from that. We do have some incels who are socially awkward out there. We do.
Yeah, and like Alice was saying, and you guys, for the record, I like Alice. I mean, she will talk over you, You know,
She's smart.
that's just who she is. Yeah, she's smart. She's an intelligent woman.
That's why I have her on here. I don't have too many on here. Latin Patriot is smart. Yeah, she's smart. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to these guys that are like she's saying, they're voluntarily celibate. They're not They're not incels because those guys are involuntarily. They want some sex, they just can't get it. She's talking. These guys are like they don't want it. That's weird. That's
that is very weird.
It just goes against the human instinct.
It's like unnatural.
It's like almost
That's
like a male version of a Disney fantasy. Let me find that dream woman and stuff. But it leads up to like you over 30 years old and you haven't got that dream woman yet. No.
Oh yeah.
Well, look, we've all seen that movie, The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Exactly. You see.
Oh yeah. He's like, yeah, I've touched a boob. It feels like a bag of sand. It's like what, dude?
By the time he actually got with these two females, the one with the blonde was throwing the pussy at him and shit like that, he acted crazy. And the woman he actually wanted, like, you see how crazy he acted, almost killed himself. Like, damn. Finally told her, I'm not going this crazy and getting hurt because I really like this. I'm a virgin. And I have to try hard to smash you. She like, baby, you didn't do all that. She thought he was crazy, but damn.
It's funny and it's weird, but like Leon said, they are normally very socially awkward, and they are a part of our society. They're here. So
now I'm gonna tell you something though.
For that long, he's gonna go crazy. He's gonna go on the shooting.
Now see like crazy. Like I said, most of the willingly celibate men that I've ever met were like preachers or pastors at a Catholic church that ended up coming out that they were diddling little boys, or they were guys that had a mommy complex.
The only ones that I've met were like in their very early 20s or late teens that were, very, very church oriented, and they got married very early, and I'm sure that was over at that point.
Yeah, that's different. Like, when you're young, you in a church background, like they actually pushing them to get married around that time, around people. But if you haven't gotten married after 30 years old for that many years, and
dude, Mel, have you ever heard of Mormon soaking? The term soaking?
Nah, I have an idea.
Okay. So Mormons are super. I don't know if you guys know much. I don't know a ton about Mormonism.
I don't know.
Yeah, so they're a little bit like Christians, with their celibacy and stuff. But these Mormon boys, man, they came up with this thing called soaking, and they claim soaking, 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 like you're soaking in a bath. And
oh my God, I can only imagine where this is going.
Dude, I swear to God, it's real, and this is what it is. They can remain virgins, and the girl can remain a virgin if they, air quote, soak. And so what it is, it's penetration with no thrusting. And they claim that it's not sex. Yeah, dude. It's fucking weird, man.
That's what happens when
I'm not even kidding.
That's what happens when I have liquor dick, dude.
Well, you're Mormon. You're a Mormon soaking when you're drunk. Woo. But no, it's a real thing for these young Mormon boys, man. Like these kids in Utah, they do the soak.
This Frankfurt is in her honey cup, but just not thrusting it. So what if he still busts a nut when it's just stay stuck in there? Because that
guy. Well,
man, we got way off topic, man.
Some of these guys are getting paid minimum wage for this stuff.
Yeah.
This is what the education system leads our men to.
By the way, that was another one of the topics. That was another one of our topics, Angry Snowman, the education system. See, that leads to all this so-called
soaking.
Well, risque behavior. You learn it in college. How many of you all went to college?
I'm glad I didn't.
I didn't go to college. I did go to college for 2 months, and then I had to drop out. It wasn't for me.
I will say this, and I know I went to college. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I do bash a lot of college. I do. I think college right now is
a waste of money.
It is a waste of money, and what you're getting taught at a college is nothing but indoctrination. This is what has contributed to the delusion of some of these feminazis out here They
Jump
have,
pumping.
yeah,
Jump humping, dude. I'm gonna have to
The
look
wife
that up.
looked it
Sorry.
up. Survival.
Sorry, man.
Thanks. Now you got her down a new rabbit hole.
Dude,
Now they-
weird Mormon stuff.
I mean, they have an opinion by regurgitating talking points from their professors, and we used to hear this particularly as blacks that we're all in jail, we don't go to college. That's not true. A number of us.
Hey, you know what? That's where I go back, brother Leon, where I say the fucking hippie movement was the detriment of the fucking human race.
Yeah,
Goddamn free love, fucking dope smoking, have
Woodstock.
sex everywhere out in the open, fucking liberal hippies.
Yeah, well, you got some of that now. I mean, it's funny with history. You just mentioned that, Angry Snowman. History's repeating itself with the colored hair and the shaved.
Well, my question is why does it have to be out in the open? Why can't you smoke dope in private like everyone else? Why can't you have sex in private like everyone else? Why does it have to be right out in the open in front of everybody?
Because that's something what the women did, man. The hippie movement really benefit more of the females. Sorry, for them
that's true, Mel. It did.
Partners the way we are and shit like that. That's how it benefited. Yeah, like for they part.
Got my boy Big Body Productions up here. So
lined up with them, the free love and everything. Now you be who you are and shit. Oh, and let me add these two on top of that: Roe versus Wade and the birth control pill. On top of that, second wave feminism changed that whole dynamic of what relationships are today.
Now we got jump pumping and everything.
Yeah.
We got what now?
Wait. Jump. What's
that now? Jump
I don't know. I'm just reading the chat. I'm kidding.
That must
it
be
just
the
sounds
evolution
funny.
of dry humping.
It just sounds funny to me. I have no idea what it is.
No, the best birth. Hey, look, the best method of birth control is you jack your dick and bust your load in a fucking sock from a dirty clothes hamper. Shoot those kids where the fuck
I
they
prefer the
belong.
toilet.
Got
dudes
big
gonna be
body
doing like they did in American
building.
Pie and shit like that. Find the pie.
Hey, that kid was on to something right there with that hot apple pie.
Hey, what kind of alpha Chad do you think it took for the Mormon faith following to be like, you know what? I'm going to introduce soaking to these ladies. And they're like, but we have to remain
What it was
until
a
we're
guy that
married.
was going through erectile dysfunction that started it.
No, it's probably some horny ass 18-year-old, and he's probably like, you know what? There's a way around this, and I'm going to figure it out. I'm just going to soak.
No, I'm telling you, that was a grown ass man that had ED and was trying to validate him still putting his dick inside something when his dick didn't work.
Exactly.
I think it's for kids though. It's mostly kids.
Do that shit with him.
Well, social media is bringing this out. Like Mr. Snowman talked about videos on TikTok and TikTok talking about soaking and jump humping, and she also mentions Google. What is a Mormon soaking? And they bring up jump humping as well. I'm afraid.
I'm telling you, it's so weird.
You know what's funny though, being that you brought that up, guarantee this is now a new fetish in porn.
It's the weirdest thing, you guys.
Females to watch other dudes do this shit on OnlyFans and all that shit.
It's not even new. And if you've ever been to Utah, man, people in Utah are weird. They're very, very weird.
Yeah, they're like 40-year-old virgin weird.
Nah, I mean, man, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay,
I'm gonna tell you where it's really weird. I'm gonna tell you where they're really weird. They're weird in fucking New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. I have a personal experience with one bitch that I fucked around. I fucked her. I got done. Before I got ready to get done, I pulled out, bust my load on her face, and pissed on the bitch.
The car wash. That's the car wash. Yeah, you and I talked about that.
R. Kelly.
Hey, the pee fetish is real, man.
Yeah,
He liked it.
There's like a whole porn industry based on the pee fetish.
She liked
it, but
wow.
That's a whole different type of soaking.
Yeah,
that's soaking for real soaking.
Wow, that's yeah. That's hitting the club and
that's not apple juice.
Yeah, but but what is said there, there are a lot of and Brother Angry Snowman, I have my dealings with the manosphere. There are a lot of men here who hide under red pill They're not red pill. They're blue pill.
At all.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm seeing that myself. They are sexually frustrated. They can't.
Yes, they are.
And I'm beginning to. I'm like, well, that's why they're up here all the time. You know, how often are we up here on YouTube? We're not up here. I mean,
well, I get barred from YouTube, so
they pay bond with some of the older cats in the YouTube space with panels, and like they trying to live over their success and stuff. And I kind of question, like, okay, you want to look up to this person, but then again, have you lived your life also too? Like you're trying to be like this older person who actually had a failed marriage. Keyword: he had a marriage. He had a relationship with women. How you going to try to mimic him, a younger person like your ass, and trying to mimic him and shit like that? You ain't never lived life your damn self.
Well, I think
from others.
I just believe a lot of these guys up here, and I try not to do it. That's why I always talk about brought minimum wage up. They talk too much, and you all can agree with me too about they talk too much about women, okay? And it begins to recycle itself. I mean, me and brother Matt Coley, we heard this rhetoric when we got on YouTube back in 2015, 2016. It is not new.
Dude, this rhetoric's been the same since the MGTOW movement.
I agree with that, Leon. I think that some of these men, a lot of these men need to focus more on their success of their own life before they need to be bitching about their women problems.
That's why I told Tommy Jean up here that I don't want to sit up here on YouTube and talk about women all day. I just can't do it. It's just, first of all, what on my channel, we talk about minimum wage. I don't hear anybody talking about minimum wage, and that's why I put the topics out there and have open topics. I want to get into Emmett Till and those. Nobody's talking about that, particularly in the African American sector. They're all talking about women all day, and I'm like, no.
It's not even a detriment of trying to find solutions. It's more like let's bash and bash and bash and bash.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, we know they fuckery, but now you're going overboard. Like,
and the bottom line is, Brother Mel, and you got it right, and we're brothers up here. You know, we cannot change individuals that want to be feminists. We can't change that. Okay, and it's not my job to change that. If guys got to understand that, okay, if they want a decent woman, they got to look at themselves too. I mean, I always tell the guy, make sure you groom yourself up. Make sure you have a skill. Be productive. Stop making it all about the woman. Then you won't get frustrated. That's too many guys are doing that, and they have angry lives, and it reflects in their rhetoric here on YouTube. They hide behind YouTube. They do. We all know it. We all know it. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, there are frustrated men that want to have instant gratification, you know, especially, I mean, I don't know. I think that Leon, I was probably raised closer to the way you were, where you probably, you know, you were told to get in the workforce at a young age and figure yourself out and all this stuff and figure life out for yourself. And at a certain point, you develop an urge to want to have a wife or something like that. And, you know, you date around, right? And you find out the kind of lady that's going to be compatible with you through trial and error.
Yeah,
and
it is.
You can't give up when you just get fucked by one of them and they just screw you over. Like, you learn.
Well, one thing, and we always talk about discipline here, and guys got to learn how to do that. You got to learn how to, look, you have all these guys, they talk about game and everything. Look, if you know who you are, look, I was the one. I never had any real game. I'll be the first one to tell you. I just had to be straight up. But in the end, if you're going to find somebody, you got to know, you got to look for your needs first. People are looking for their wants first. You got to have your needs first. And with every man, and I'm not putting race in it, every man thinks of sex too much. That's their problem. That's why a number of us.
Well, it has been scientifically proven that a man has a sexual thought, whether it's voluntary or involuntary, about every 3 minutes.
That's
think it's
true.
an instinct of our race as a human race of men. When we're men,
Right.
you know,
Men,
our instinctual,
we want to
our
create
instinct-
life. We're
our
trying
primal,
to,
Us,
yeah,
we think about
we're trying
should
to
be.
breed, man. We're trying to make sure that our legacy lives on.
yeah. We think as men, we think about sex like every minute, probably like every like couple of seconds every minute.
But I think if we,
Think
but
about sexual fantasy played out every like 5 minutes in their
you know,
head.
my idea is if
Us and them.
my idea is if we learn a skill, and this is why I always tell men, okay, have an option, get a skill or go to college and get in a profession, and then you work a little bit, form a business. The women will come, but then when a woman comes, you can vet her and you can find out if she is going to be about you or about your resources. But a number of men, they don't have resources, and what happens is these are the ones out here. And I'm not saying that they're not educated lames doing it either, but let's just be honest. A number of the poorest of us, they're making all these babies that they can't take care of either.
It's
Let's just
happening
be
on the white side too.
yeah,
Happen-
yeah.
yeah. It's just people are not. They're not. Their parents or their genetics or something didn't give them the right. It didn't set them on the right path at an early age, and these guys, and women, the guys and the women, and they got lost along the way.
A survival. This goes back to what we hear all the time, man. This is what happens when men are raised by single, pissed off mothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yes.
Go ahead, brother. You got it.
Yes.
You know, it also does. It happens in families that just have even if there is a father there, if the father is kind of a weak guy.
The
Yeah.
statistics say otherwise, though.
I have a brother-in-law that is living off
I'm
welfare.
not saying that you're not right, but statistically,
And he's white,
most
and
of this
he's a
shit is
loser.
coming from single mother families.
And they're having babies, dude.
That's the whole
And they're
thing.
having
Like,
loser babies.
you got to add single mothers and woman-led households. So yeah,
Right.
she's married in a household, just like you say, he has a beta male father who's subservient towards his wife. You know that happy life, happy wife mess.
And the wife doesn't respect him either.
Exactly.
Right.
She got final say so. So it's more like, yo, you want to piss off your mother and shit like that. Yeah, very subservient. The boy will see that and try to mimic that. The fact is, hey, dad got himself a wife, but the type of marriage that he really wants, like you're gonna have a marriage just like your pops when you got a woman that's running you, and that's toxic. Like that's more toxic. Like you think that's the norm.
Now lemon
Hey,
pepper.
Lemon Pepper, I was raised by a single mother
Go ahead.
too, and I don't have those problems with women.
Well,
But
you guys
Snowman and
guys
Mrs.
are
Snowman are
anomalies.
having G-rated sexting
Well, you got-
in the chat.
Well, Angry Snowman, you and lemon pepper wings, you're anomalies because a number of them. I've had cousins that were raised by single women, and they sound like women, man. I mean, they get loud, they're emotional.
Well, see, that's my brother.
Not the
You
majority.
can ask Mrs. Snowman. That's my younger brother. He gets loud. He gets emotional. You know, he had a hard time with women for a long time. You know, his whole demeanor is different than mine.
Right.
He's a melancholy snowman.
I don't even know what that word means.
In a case like that, like in
He's
the case
like a chill snowman.
Yeah, that's what melancholy is. Chill.
most likely he had strong male figures in his lifetime. They wasn't in the household, but maybe he had uncles or older gentlemen in the.
Well, I had a stepdad too, but he was more of a beta, like you were saying. My mom ran the house.
He answered my question right there. He had a lot of masculine male figures around his way when he was growing up.
And I think that's why I try to, have my panels, because I want to influence masculinity.
Positive
I'm
masculinity.
just tired. Right. I'm just tired of. I don't use the word toxic masculinity because
There's no
masculinity.
such thing.
There's nothing toxic about it.
There isn't. That's just a shaming tactic to basically, because a number of feminazis try to be Machiavellian, which they're manipulative. They know how to manipulate the language because they know the mainstream media is always going to back them up. When you're a man,
Well, look, Leon, I find it interesting that most of the women that want to refer to masculinity as toxic are the very same women who exert more masculinity than the beta bitches they keep in their house.
That's
So
true.
what
That's
I've
true.
understood of the term toxic masculinity, when I've looked into it more, it's completely separate from the term masculinity. And you can be masculine without being toxic. I'm talking about a toxic guy. We've all met one of these guys that
She is
they're
not talking about
angry,
me.
they're
She is
mean.
not talking about me.
Okay,
The
you got a
baby
baby
boy's
boy, you got a
crazy.
baby boy. Hang on, baby boy. The
Shut up.
toxic
I'll stab you.
the
She's bringing up
toxic
some
man,
interesting stuff.
the toxic guy is the one that comes around. He doesn't have any time for his children. You know, he's angry, he's mean, he's not around, and you know he doesn't have any time for his kids. A masculine guy, he gets home from work, he wants to go play with the kids and hang out with them and be with them,
That's
and
not,
be
dude.
nice
What
to
you
the wife.
described
That's
wasn't toxic. That was
masculinity.
just an asshole.
Right, but that's what these people are calling toxic masculinity because those guys are out there.
Oh yeah, they're out there. They're definitely out there. I mean,
And they think they're masculine. They're muscly. They go to the gym every day. They're big and muscly and they're masculine,
but a
but they
lot of those,
treat their family like shit.
but a lot of those guys really, and I'm gonna throw some psychology in it. They're insecure guys, though. You know, that's why they. I mean, they go
Yeah.
buff up to make themselves feel good. But you have to
Low self-confidence.
right. They're low self-esteem. I mean, these are the guys that are.
They were
He
probably slow learners in school.
he wasn't masculine, but I'm gonna bring up this name. Somebody said him earlier. Elliot Rogers. He thought because he had the BMW and he looked good that women were supposed to approach him. Found out the guy was creepy. Okay, I mean he was creepy. Let's be honest. And
Shit, I don't think I've ever let a woman approach me. I've always approached them.
A real masculine man a real alpha masculine man will work to help his community and his family, and he'll be there and he'll be a voice. He'll be a rock, you know, for a community.
And I want to say this, Survival, to pick up on what you said. Masculinity is not about sex. See, I know, and Brother Melly Mel's been around it too. Being black, we've been raised that it's how many women you smash. No, that doesn't make you a man at all. That doesn't make you a man at all. And that's the problem with why people like me and Melly Mel, we have trouble with some of the other brothers because they have a different way of thinking than we do. Okay,
It's strange. The
Oh,
amount of
being
women you've
Trey
been with
buttheads all the time, dude.
doesn't make you masculine or alpha at all.
right.
Whatever. You and Trey bust my nuts all the time, Survival, because of how I feel about my marriage. Are you serious?
What? I don't know. I may have. I don't understand.
Because I'm not going to go out and fucking or like the one time when I ain't going out and checking out other women all the time and this, that, and the other. I don't entertain the idea of talking to other women or whatnot, like Trey was talking about.
No,
I don't.
that
You
has
know, I'm
nothing to
married.
do
I
with
respect my wife, so
masculinity.
therefore I don't engage with other women like that.
And, well, while
Yeah,
we're
I'm
on,
married too. I don't
well,
do.
while
I
we're
don't.
on,
I don't
and I
engage
have
with
I
her.
have a nice sweet chocolate partner right here, and I did my dumb shit. Don't get me wrong, and we went on, but you know what? I'm going to say this. Why we're up here? It doesn't make you a simp to do for your woman.
Right.
And I want to get that out there too, because you hear this word simp going out there. A simp, in my humble opinion, is a simpleton. He is basically trying to get a woman to validate him, and he's basically trying to buy her love.
And he puts his beliefs and everything aside to please us in hopes that she'll choose him.
Well, Leon, you're absolutely right. A simp will put in all kinds of work, and it's all for a reason that he's hiding. And he'll even spend money on a woman and pretend that he's a friend, but in reality, they want to
I don't
have
spend
sex.
no money on Mrs. Snowman. You can ask her.
Man, come on, dude.
Let me tell you that these simps really they're very irrational. For the most part, they really try to be the. I don't want to use the word Captain Save-Ho. They want to try to be the guy.
That's what they are, though.
They are, but they
want to be the Superman of the hoe class.
They want to put the cape on, but at the end of the day, they're not respected, but they think they're respected.
Well,
And
see,
that's
something else that's always kind of blown my mind is there's these men out there that seem to think that they have to have a side chick right along with their wife or their main girlfriend or whatever.
That's
Fuck that
toxic.
noise.
That's toxic, dude.
To me, to me that is more fucking work and more headache than is necessary.
See,
That's how you ruin your relationship.
Those are from guys that's now promoting this polyamorous lifestyle so hard. Like they trying to take back that we in our polyamorous nature, but they in the open relationship lifestyle. I'm not knocking them. That's the lifestyle we want to live. That's good, but don't think it's going to work for most majority of people the way you think.
not gonna work for everybody.
Mel, let's be real. Most of them dudes that are in a polyamorous relationship, they're in a polyamorous relationship with a woman who has other dudes in her life.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly.
That's facts. That's facts.
So they're getting cuffed basically, and they're okay with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, like
what's that Jack guy's name? Is it Jack Murphy with the beard? What is Jack? You guys, have you seen that guy? That he was like, is that his name? Jack Murphy. He's got the big black and white beard. He was like pretending to be the big alpha guy with Tim Pool. And then Undead Chronic.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
That was that guy. That was that fucking dude from over in Afghanistan that they had to bring back. He was I know who you're talking about. He used to be an undercover agent and shit, and he outed himself.
Talking real big game, and then he's like, "The best thing you do for your wife is let her sleep with a younger buck." And it's like, "What, dude?" Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's telling guys, and he's trying to be an alpha male at the same time. It's like, whoa, man!
But that's not even being an alpha male. That's being a stupid male.
Being a cuck. Yeah.
Well, see, I couldn't get down with watching some dude fucking rail my old lady out. I'd be wanting to murder someone.
But you do have a lot of guys out there that are like that. I mean, Mr. Snowman mentions that alpha male is a term that needs to come back to combat this toxic masculinity nonsense because alphas take care of their pack. That's right, and taking care of the pack is more than just piping it down.
You're supposed to be taking care of the community and people. You're the person to answer to you. Like if you got a problem in your community, somebody would call you up or come knock on your door. Say, hey,
survival again. This goes back to the fucking single mama epidemic. How can you have a fucking community when the first community starts at home with the nuclear family, and we have a lack of those?
Right.
Yeah. That's what I say all the time. Females, they are the gatekeepers of sex. They choosing to mate with the smallest percentage of males out there. There's a lot of single mothers, more than dudes that ain't got no kids. They mate with the 30%ers. 17% of 17 or 10% of the guys are actually dumping these chicks, not taking care of the kids. So the other percentage want to do right by their kids, but they go to the 70%ers that they fucking make rape, friend zones, and all that shit that they ain't want. Clean up their mess. These dudes are saying no, man. I ain't clean up your mess no more. They won't be clean up guys no more. They're realizing their worth. And
believe it or not, this all ties into unemployment, minimum wage, education systems, and government.
But it really ain't. Man, it does.
It does. I know it does.
It falls right in there. It really does.
It's a fucking symptom. It's a symptom to a bigger epidemic.
Have you guys ever lived in a neighborhood or a community where like some old lady would bring you some Christmas snacks from like down the road? Yeah, and when that old woman brings you that stuff, and then it snows like 2 feet out, like the next day, you're like, I should probably get my.
I better go shovel her driveway.
Shovel her driveway off, dude. That's just like it's what we do.
Have a big ass fucking rainstorm and you see her gutters are clogged up. Yeah, I better climb up on her roof and clean her fucking gutters out for her.
You're the community alpha, you go down there, you help it out. That's what we do.
It's not like that no more, right? Because now
you don't have no pillars of the community anymore. You don't have those old wise men.
It's not like that no more because these old ladies are now getting beat up by these young boys up on the ground.
Well, Mel, it's not even that. The reason why we don't have those pillars of community and wise men is because all the grandfathers you have nowadays, the majority of them are in their fucking 30s.
Exactly. Yeah. Another fact. Yeah. We're the new generation grandparents. Since when do we see an epidemic of 30-year-old grandparents? I mean, damn. Majority of the girls I went to school with, when we got in our early 30s, already her kid is having a kid. I'm like, what the fuck?
And these are all simpletons, just like Celine said. Simpleton is exactly right, because even in the Bible, the man who runs after the strange woman is seen as simple and void of understanding. That's what a simp is.
Hey, look, bro, I used to be wild as fuck when I was single. I've told people, and my wife even knows, I was a fucking womanizing man whore. But I was single. That's the key. I was single.
So you was responsible.
Well, you know what? Lucky for you, she takes care of you now. We know you don't work, and she takes care of you and stuff.
That's
so
only the only reason why she takes care of me now is because I took care of her.
You alpha your way in, dude.
Exactly, Lemon Pepper.
You got to keep it up.
Same guys be spending.
No, seriously, Survival. What I'm saying is the only reason why she does what she does now is because I took care of her and was damn near trying to kill myself to do it.
I'm in the same position, and you just have to keep it up.
Right. Yeah, go ahead and take on that comment, Mel. What does it say?
Like you say, yeah, you get that spend all this bread on these and everything, while a dude come out of nowhere and she's smashing another dude that ain't doing half the work he is. Like crazy.
That's my ex.
Facts.
That's my ex, fucking cunt.
And sometimes these dudes, man, it's like, yo, they go one in and out the under. These dudes could be dangerous. You try to help them.
Yeah. Celine said, there's a girl, I think she's in Canada. Her name is Sydney Watson. Jack Murphy was on her show, and when the Snapchats were being called out, Jack Murphy blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah, Jack Murphy's pretty been called out. His YouTube career is over.
I never even heard of this. I don't think I heard of this dude.
Who's that? Who is it? Kevin Samuel? No, is it? Who's the black guy that is the alpha guy?
Kevin Samuel.
Is it Kevin Samuel? So he's the white
most
version.
beta looking dude I've ever seen in my life. But he's an alpha.
So for Leon, Jack Murphy is the white version of him, but he got caught, dude, being a cuck. Imagine if Kevin Samuels got called out for being like literally cucked out.
I don't say too much about KS. I mean,
Look, I ain't got no problem with his stance, but I often wonder if he actually lives by the credo that he talks.
Exactly. That's where I was going. I mean,
well, that's what got Jack Murphy called out, because people found out that he just doesn't.
Like Mary G says, he's done.
And people tried, and he proved it wrong, and it ain't true. So,
like I said, I didn't know
what he said. Stand by. So.
I didn't know he was a YouTuber until tonight. Jack Murphy. I mean, you guys.
Yeah, I know who he's talking about, dude. He's the bald-headed dude with it used to be solid black, but now it's black and fucking gray beard. He's always on Tim Pool all the time.
Now I've heard of Tim Pool.
I think he's like an ex fucking an ex fucking what is it, Army Ranger or fucking SEAL team member or some shit like that.
Yeah, like I said, I never, you guys, see, that's why I have you guys. I learned something new.
Well, he literally thinks, oh, sorry.
Yeah, Honey Barbecue Wings. She's not from Canada. She's from Australia. Okay. Okay.
White Twitter meets Black Twitter is Hood Conservative's topic tonight.
Yeah, the Jack Murphy guy, he wanted to play the big badass guy, and he got a lot of big following. He wanted to be this big alpha guy that was going to give advice to the younger gen. And then it just got found out that he was pretty much a big fucking cuck liar that was just
pretty awesome.
Bullshit.
So he's trying to be like Fresh and Fit and got caught.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he was a little bit like Fresh and Fit in a way.
What's wrong with my beard, Celine?
It's not gray enough.
Yeah, he's on a Tim Pool show for Mary G. That's what it says. Okay. I will say, however, he does have a cool beard. I'll give him that, okay?
Well, I said, what's wrong with my beard? Mine's nice and full and well-maintained.
The barbecue wings, that's not the same guy as the Navy SEAL. But that's...
I've got a beard, too.
Right, but that's why...
That ain't no beard. That looks like somebody fucking pissed on your chin.
Oh, you motherfucker! You're just jealous, dude.
No, I'm not. Nobody wants that soy boy fucking goatee.
soy boy goatee, dude. Nice.
Hey, guys! You guys cammed up. That's another thing with a number of these guys up here. I've been on some panels. So I'm cam up.
That's a beard.
Yeah. I can't
Don't
compete
lie
with
to
that.
him, Celine. That is not a beard. That's pubic hair growing on his face.
You know who has a beard?
Shut up.
You know who has a beard?
Even the wife said you got a baby beard.
You guys might have heard of
Dude, what you call a beard, I could go clean shave. I could go shave my face, sit on the toilet, and take a dump and have that by the time I get off the job.
I trim that. I trim it. I don't let it grow. I look dumb when I let it grow. But you know, Snowman's got a gray beard.
Hey, you guys are better than I. You guys are
Whoa!
There's your beard. There you go. There's your beard.
Hey, you guys are better than I am because I keep my face clean, man.
I'm not allowed to, dude. That's the one thing I'm not allowed to do is shave my beard off. I did that one time to the wife, and she said, "Don't ever do that again." I don't blame her. I have an ugly face underneath all this.
Nah, I just, but like
you play the guitar though.
Oh yeah, I heard your rendition of Billie Jean, by the way.
Did you?
Good.
That's my rendition of Chris Cornell's rendition of Michael Jackson's song.
Oh, Chris Cornell, the guy that committed suicide, he used to sing with Soundgarden.
Yep.
Yeah,
Soundgarden, and he used to sing with Temple of the Dog and Audio Slave as well.
Yeah, he Fell on Black Days was one of.
I haven't heard Temple of the Dog for a long time.
Yep. Hunger strike, brother. Hunger strike.
That's my region, dude. That's where I live.
Speaking of that, that's another thing that's messed up the society. You brought it up. That's why I have freestyle here. The music. Look at the types of music today.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Back in the days.
Fucking garbage.
Yeah, back in the days, people played instruments. They run on some turntables. Now it's all computerized now.
We were talking about that on SKC, and SKC
for computers. The software make it easier to transition it and everything.
Well, SKC brought up a question to this white lady that was on there, Good Mother, on his stream, and he asked why if white people are the ones who actually are the ones purchasing and listening to 80 to 90% of the rap and hip hop, then why is it only the black community that's suffering from hip hop? You want to know what her answer was?
What's that?
Her answer was because it's not okay for white people to emulate black culture. It's against the rules.
It is. It's. I mean, she's right in a way. I mean, it's few and far between. Then you see one of these guys like
Eminem.
I don't know. Yeah, well, Eminem.
No, he's talking more like what's his name, Jamie Kennedy, when he did Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah, Malibu's Most Wanted.
There's
one in every class. There's one of them guys in every class.
Yep, there's one white kid that wears the big Africa pendant on his neck and nothing but red, black, and green shirts.
And he dribbles a non-existent basketball. In the lunchroom.
He's read every Malcolm X book and every single fucking book that fucking the Honorable Elijah Muhammad put out.
Yeah. Well, there's another guy out there.
We see black culture have to be the ignorant shit, like ratchet behavior and all that shit.
Yeah,
that's my big problem with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we more than just hip hop music and ratchet and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just like any other culture. Like Anton Daniels was saying, man, right now our culture is trash. This culture is trash, and I feel the same way.
You saw SKC.
I blame the younger generation, man.
Yeah,
I blame that younger generation, man. What's going on, man?
Yeah, that makes
the sad thing about it, like we got to blame the younger and the older because technically it started off from the generation before that.
My generation,
New generation just continues with the old generation.
Well, I was just going to say it almost makes me wonder if our generation, Generation X, wasn't a detriment to the fucking society. Because look, dude, the truth of the matter is think about it. It's our kids that are ruining everything. It's our kids and our grandkids. In all reality, and not only that, we know what the problem is. We can see what the problems and issues are. We're just too fucking lazy to get up off our asses and do anything about it because we've been chasing the American dream too long.
And see, the
Because you
baby
realize,
boomer.
it started off with the boomers, and then passed on
Yeah.
to the Gen X's, and it passed on to the millennials, and like, there's no cycle being broken. Like, we talk
Well,
about the previous generation, but is anybody taking steps to stop it, to break it? Yeah.
Can't break
Snowman
it,
even
man.
said
Yeah, you
like
can't.
the
You
hippie
can't.
generation of like the
Go ahead,
60s
brother
and
Matt.
70s.
You can't break it, man. When you got motherfuckers passing laws for gay marriages, same sex marriages, shit like that, and motherfuckers thinking it's okay to be transgender and go in the bathroom with any type of person. Because now you got a fucking surgery. You used to be a man, now you're a bitch. You can go to a fucking bathroom around men and shit. The fuck
Not
out of here, man.
You know what the
look,
sad
yo,
thing
not
about
even just
what the
passing
sad
laws
thing
for it
about
to be
that is,
okay,
though?
but passing laws to where you got to pay for it.
Yeah, you know what the sad thing
Oh,
about that is also too.
Yeah.
You think about it. Who most percentage of people in the state making these laws are still men, more than women. And yet for some reason they'll find a way to side with the women and vote these stupid laws in. And it's like, because at the end of the day, if you kind of think about it, some money's being made behind all this shit,
Well,
pandering to the biggest one that's spending all the money.
well,
In
well,
some
well, they,
some way, you know what I'm saying? Just like women get laws passed in their favor because they get their money and resources together, so did the LGBT community and shit.
and that's
oh
why
God,
some of
that shit.
that's why some of the women need simps here. Simps also help the economy out, believe it or not.
My God, they do
They
with
sure
that
the fuck do, man.
OnlyFans crap, dude. I know a guy that spent $50,000 on
$50,000.
Belle Delphine. I don't know if you ever heard that girl's name. She's like a little London girl. I don't even know. She's probably like 20 years old. And this dude on YouTube, you guys probably recognize his name, at least Snowman. You know Copper Cab? He's the
That name
red-haired
sounds
kid.
familiar.
He's the red-haired kid that said gingers have souls.
Because he's a liar. Gingers don't have souls.
See, no, he sent this fucking girl $50,000. He didn't receive anything in return. He never had sex with her. He's not with her. He just sent this woman a lot of money over time, and it all added up. And he added it up as $50,000. That's a simp. You get nothing in return.
Stupid.
Zero.
That's the same shit my fucking dumbass dad did, man. Fucking maxed out all his credit cards. Fucking sending girls fucking cash apps on OnlyFans and TikTok.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I try not to talk about women, because men do the dumb. Men enable this behavior because they're spending money on it. And this is why, if yes, it's natural. We're going to think of
Ask my wife how many dollars I spent on her our first date.
Well, you can do that with your own woman. I mean,
dude, I said our first date, our very first date. Ask her how many dollars I spent on her.
You probably spent a lot of change on it.
I spent $0 on her.
You spent zero.
Honey barbecue, he did
zero.
Yo, Snowman speaking a fact right there. Like, yo, dudes spend all this money on first date. Like, just like Roger Curry always say, dudes want casual sex from females. You don't need to spend a lot of money on females. You don't even need to spend no money, period, at all.
You don't.
Casual sex from females. Just be straight direct. You know what the problem is?
For real, dude. That's it right there. What you just said. Straight direct.
And they just have to have her. And
straight
shit.
Direct.
Shout out to Al, he made the stream like yesterday about why tricking became so popular the way it is. Like, it's okay now when it used to be so taboo, a shameful act and shit. And that's a fact.
No, I didn't buy you a drink, woman, because we were both on our last $20 and we were trying to make it stretch.
Be a fucking shameful act. I'm guilty of that in my past shit. I've done some.
Snowman simped on the first date.
It became so like it's the norm and shit. Like, yo, like, especially started in the late 90s, early 2000s and shit like that. When we see a lot of the music artists, people in the industry who are rich and famous, and technically they're the biggest tricks spend on his money. We want to mimic them so much and shit like that. And remember that famous line that rapper T.I. said, "It ain't tricking if you got it."
You
know what that actually mean when he said that shit? It means it's any means necessary. Even if you have to pay to get a chick, if you succeeded in the goal of getting some sex from her, you still got it. And that's one of the reasons why it looked like it became so norm and popularized to trick the way you is, as long as you got the goal and shit like that.
Right. Mel, you know how many fucking dates me and the wife went on even after that one where we spent no money at all? We just went for a hike in the woods or some shit like that. Walked around the fucking river. There's all kinds of shit you can do and not spend money and get to know each other.
Yeah.
Simpy Snowman, you don't have to explain, dude. You have a relationship. It worked out. It's when it doesn't work out and you spend all the money.
I'm not. The only thing I'm trying to explain survival to people that you don't have to spend a shit ton of money to get someone's attention.
Of course.
Okay, let me help you guys. Understand something.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
When you spend the money, you're paying for very minimal aggravation and very maximum results. I'm paying you to do me a service and get the fuck away from me once I'm done. That's it. That's all tricking is, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like if you go to a high quality.
There's nothing wrong with that, yeah. But like I was saying, like it became like. Now you got dudes that trick the pay for play, put himself in bragging rights with dudes that get it for free with no problem. And now I have a problem with that also too and shit like that. Like you shouldn't put yourself in the same bragging rights like that. Like you pay for anybody, you doing the act that anybody else could do. Like you know what I'm saying? For real, like come on, man.
Brag to me when you got women paying for you.
Exactly.
Let me ask you
fact right there.
Let me ask you all something about that because you got some guys up here. And I've seen some of their videos. What is it, Lucario? They call themselves the Game Kings. Now, they can tell me anything, but these guys really have all that game they're saying. I mean, some of them might be full of, you know what?
Of course, yeah. Snowman says, "Come to me when your wife is paying for you," and I said
you have something to brag about when the woman's paying for you.
Yeah, so
you can brag about that, yeah, but
no, you can't. You cannot. No, you can't.
Put himself in the same.
What are you talking about? When you're out dating, rather than you spend your money, she's spending hers. That's not something to brag about.
No, this is not what I'm saying. No, you hear me out.
Paying for sex, put himself in the same bragging rights as a dude that didn't pay for sex and he got it off his natural charm. You can't put yourself in that category.
If you're talking about that's a totally different thing. So what I'm saying right now,
if a bitch is paying for me, I'm not even gonna feel like a whole man. I'm gonna feel less of a man if a bitch gonna be paying for me. If anything,
that's what I'm saying.
Hey man, I'll be honest with you. It ain't gonna change my manlyhood any. It's actually going to make my wallet fatter.
I'm going to tie it all in, you guys. So
go ahead, Survival. Let's hear what you got to say, because on my rules of dating,
I'm going to tie it all in.
Okay.
Everything Mel said, and Angry Snowman, and man, I can't see the
Matt.
other guys. And Matt. Yeah. So I started out. I got married early. I'm still with my wife. And we dated for 9 years or whatever, living in apartments and shit. And I was always an electrician, and I always worked. She was like a waitress and shit. I always made the money. And she got to go to college at nights, and she ended up getting a degree and shit. Man, she makes 3 times more money than I do now. And I don't feel like bragging about it, but she makes a ton of money, you guys.
Hey, my wife makes 3 times more money than what I was, too.
Right, so I mean, you don't get to brag. It's not bragging rights, but I mean, if you're gonna say like, if you're on a date and they're gonna pay for sex,
talking about?
I feel
that I do have the right to brag. Absolutely.
You feel like less of a guy though.
I don't.
If you're
give a fuck what any man thinks about me. I feel just as much like a man today as I did 10 years ago. I promise you.
It doesn't feel good bragging about it though. I would never brag.
I feel less of a man if I have a chick making more than me and doing more for me than me doing for myself or my situation that I'm in with that woman. I don't feel like a whole complete man. Cause last time I checked, I'm the one that's supposed to be the leader. Shit,
I do lead. Making money isn't what determines whether or not you're a leader.
Right. No, it's not, but it's one of.
We're coping now.
Being a leader is someone that can still continue to.
Let me put it this way: if she was making more money, right?
Right.
You take her money and double it, triple it.
No, my money wasn't triple. Actually, dude, after taxes and child support, and then
because you know why? Because you're managing her money.
I do.
That's true.
Purpose right there. Remember, we're money managers. Men are the big money managers.
I manage everything in our house.
Take things and double and flip it.
Right.
If you can take our money and double and flip it, you're still king in the household.
Oh yeah, and see that's the thing is she's watched me do that before when we needed. Look, there's been times where we needed to fucking come up with cash real fast, and she's watched me take what we have, go out, be gone for a day, day and a half, and come back with 3 times what I left with.
Well, that's it. Shout out to Miss Jill in the building. And Celine says, as a woman, I think it's a good thing to bring your car to dinner and split the check just to show that you're not. I guess you're trying to get something out of him. If that makes sense, even if he pays, it's good too. Now, see, that's one of my dating rules. You guys might disagree with that. I always say, okay, all right, when it comes to dates, and this is just my humble opinion, if that woman really likes you anyway, you shouldn't have to do that much work. There's nothing wrong with going out on a date, but if you're actually buying everything and she's not lifting a finger, that woman doesn't like you. She's going to put you in the friend zone. If she can't reach out and get something out of her, and I'm not talking about sexy, this is what men got to do. And you don't need any game for this. Take the sex off the table. Then you'll find out who she really is. Men don't do that. Women aren't stupid. They know that most of us want sex, and they can use that VJJ as a weapon. You know they do.
Well, that's why I will bring it up on our first date when I meet her. First 5 minutes, I'll talk sex about her, sexy to her, all that shit to see her reaction. You can find out right then and there. She switch up, tweaking right there. I mean, she's not into. Don't waste your time.
Right. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, where men are failing today, anyhow, in my opinion, is they don't court women anymore. Me and my wife, I think the smartest thing that her and I ever could have done when we first started dating was we lived separately for the first little over a year we were together. Yeah, she was at my house a lot. I hardly ever went. I think I stayed the night at her apartment once because I just didn't dig it. It was always come to my house. But within that little over a year, she never moved in. She never asked to move in. She didn't even leave her shit in my bathroom. You know how women pull that shit where they'll leave like, a toothbrush or a small little pack of fucking pads and shit like that, just to let any other woman know if they came over and used the bathroom that there was another regular bitch around. Yeah, she didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But it also gave us the time to actually be able to grow and learn how to trust each other while we were away from each other. And that's something that most people are lacking, is that being able to trust one another and be apart from each other.
Well, just like Mr. Snowman says, a high maintenance woman will continue to be high maintenance. But I will say this. You know what I'm saying? That's true. You're not going to change that. And I think what we guys are trying to do, and this is why I said we have to be more red pilled, because listen, we're not going to. We used to use the term modern. Anybody, you can be a baby boomer or Gen X and have this modern thinking. We're not going to change that. It's like a computer, okay? It's already been hacked a number of times. We're not going to be able to change that. Have to get a new one, or we just have to ourselves do better with ourselves as men. This is why I always get on the men, because we already know that we have other men who are against us. See, that's the problem. Somebody mentioned about men making the laws. Well, the people who we really got to fight against, it's not necessarily the women, it's the other men who are the simps. These are the ones who are trying to basically diminish masculinity because they're not masculine themselves.
Exactly.
Leon, have you ever heard the term beta orbiter?
She said this on the interview.
Yes, I have.
That's what we got. That's what we're dealing with.
The mistakes some men do, the ones that are fathers that have daughters, these type of dudes simp for their daughters. And
Absolutely.
This is the problem too. Men that ain't really going to be straight with their daughter, they simp too much for their daughters and shit. This is another problem we're having right now.
No, I think I yell at my daughter more than I yell at my son.
See, we ain't got enough men like that. That tell the straight truth to our daughters and stuff like that.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I really do think I yell at my daughter than I do my own son. She is a pain in my ass.
Let's hype her up. You seen that video with Kendra G? How her own father was.
She has a beautiful soul, Snowman.
Oh, I saw that.
Dude.
Yeah,
Woo.
But the father
beautiful soul.
And you see how father was simping for her own daughter.
Simping big time.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, your daughter.
You talking about Sin G's dad was doing that? No wonder
Not
she's the
not
way
not
she is.
not Sin G. Her name is Kendra G. She works not too
Oh,
far from me. She works at WGCI 107.5 in Chicago, and her dad was
Yeah,
simping.
dating coach or damn so.
Yeah, she works at the radio during the day. Her dad
nah,
was
my oldest daughter's a brainwashed
Like
dumbass.
40 45 or going 50 or something. Yeah,
she's about 40-something years old, Mel.
yeah, I know. Yeah, like
And the dad was. I mean, I couldn't.
and like, yo, her father keep telling her, "You're an independent woman," blah blah blah. I know that mess, but like, you did more damage than good telling her that.
So
Right now.
and I know we
Hey, dude,
blame.
it goes to this whole fucking all these fucking bitches out there wanting to be called queens, and they didn't, and they never went through the princess process first.
Well, that's another thing we made a
Queens and
mistake.
Queens and divas.
Queens and divas. That's right. People rush relationships. That's right, Mr. Snowman. Also,
Them divas can take and fucking shove all them green M&Ms right up their fucking asshole, as far as I'm concerned.
Have you guys ever
Diva
owned a
these
female
nuts.
dog that was in heat?
Oh, like a cat where they lift their ass up to everything.
No, I
that
said
walks past them?
a dog, dude. I don't have cats,
The
man.
cat do the same thing, man. Cat will flash your ass and
I'm allergic. I'm allergic to cats. I don't get to have those. But yeah.
Yeah, they basically lift up their ass, man, and show the whole world, yeah, I'm ready. Please come fuck me.
Cats do that, but dogs are like the males smell them from all around, and they come for it, dude. They come around. So if I don't know, I don't have any kids, man. So I'm just looking at these adolescent.
Look, dude, I'll be honest with you. Kids are the fucking worst investment you will ever have in your life. You spend all their childhood trying to set them up the right way, and then they disappoint you as soon as they go out on their own.
Of course. So we were all there at one point.
Facts.
We all lived there. We were all a teenager at one point.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's true.
So you got to kind of look at, then you look back at this younger generation. You see these boys with their skinny jeans and their feminine qualities, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on with this shit?" And like the girls are looking feminine as good, you know. Or actually,
you know, some of these guys need to go out and play some football, get knocked around a little bit.
My God, man! At least some basketball.
They obviously didn't play Smear the Queer on the fucking.
Or they didn't play any rugby or anything like that.
We played Smear
or
the Queer.
Tip 21 or anything like that, man. Because Tip 21 got bloody in my neighborhood.
They ain't playing no hockey or anything like that.
They're tiptoeing around, and it's like, what the fuck are these
man,
little boys doing?
Well, think about it, man. Most of the men in the manosphere couldn't even handle the jabs that we've thrown at each other up here just on this panel. They'll get all fucking butt hurt and pull their feelings out of their pocket over busting balls.
Go ahead, brother Matt. You were about to say something. Go ahead, brother.
Now everybody's playing Xbox and PlayStation, Call of Duty, Madden, all that dumb shit. Kids don't know how to go out to have fun anymore. Don't know how to go outside and play dodgeball, kick the can, or fucking 3-on-3 basketball.
Shit. Just watch your dumbass friend wreck his bike on a stupid jump that you guys built.
Yeah.
We used to get the fucking pigskin and play pick up and run, man. You throw the ball down the field and you pick that bitch up and you run against the defense, man.
Yep, you run it until you get knocked the fuck down.
Yeah, these kids are.
But they don't do that anymore. Celine says this might be unhealthy, but I've always been attracted to guys who didn't simp for me. There's a difference between being polite and simping.
Celine, we were all playing football. We weren't thinking about it.
Well, let's be real. All men, when they first start out in life, they simp for women. That's why most of them don't get women when they first start out as a young man, because they're simping and women don't find that attractive. It isn't until they grow older and start growing into their manhood that they realize that being a confident alpha male and just your mere presence is more attractive to a woman than a man that's willing to fucking oogle and ogle and fucking reach into his back pocket and buy a woman.
Right.
Snowman, dude. When I was going to elementary school, in like third grade, we had to write Valentine's, and you wrote Valentine's Day messages to the girls. The very next year we went, and they said you got to write Valentine's Days to everybody. So you had to write to the boys
when you write
too.
to the girl, you stink. You're ugly,
dude. What?
You need to brush your hair.
No, it'd be like just a check mark or something. Like you can be the girlfriend or something. But the very
Nope.
next year, they're like, you can't just write to one person anymore. You have to write to everybody now. So you have to write.
Well, that
You
goes
should.
back to that fucking participation trophy shit that I came on the panel
That's.
with.
I was there for it, dude. I was there for when you got to just you got to send your crush a little note or something. But then the next year, it's like everybody, you have to do it for everybody. The parents are like, what? We got to buy a whole box of these things?
Miss Jill, a queen's job is not glamorous. Never understood why it's worship so heavy. Facts. And
Hey, she also says ignoring women is the best way to attract women. LOL. Hate to say it, but it's true, and that's a fact as well.
Yeah, it's really easy when you're married, and you find that out real
that's
quick.
how I attracted my wife. I ignored her a lot. I tried to break up with her probably a dozen times.
Dude, I worked at a hospital while I'm a married man, and I would ignore all of them because I'm just there at work, and they'd come. Are you married? Are you married? Are you married? All the time. I'm just like, yes. Get away.
Well, look, dude, and now being married, but also being a musician that goes out and plays, dude. I literally ignore women, and dude, I actually get fucking approached by women more now that I just go do my thing and I'm ready to leave than I ever did when I was single.
You're a heartthrob, dude.
All right, Celine, Miss Jill, the queen must also have a queen she submits to. Also, queens are involved in serving others in the community. Well, I usually don't use the royal names here because that's royalty. We're in the United States. We don't have, that's true. We don't have monarchies here.
The fuck we don't. My house is a communist country.
Oh my god.
For real, dude, it's communist as shit in my house. What I say goes.
Okay.
There's three things you learn in my house. There's a right way, the wrong way, and my way.
I wouldn't say that's communist.
Yeah.
I'd probably refrain from that term.
I won't be the fish telling the fisherman how to catch. He's doing the fishing. That's true.
Now, to be in all seriousness,
I will. I'm
saying that in respect to my kids. My kids don't get a say in shit. They don't get to talk back. They don't get an opinion. It's how me and mom want things done. It's straight communist here.
Well, that's the way it should be. That's the problem with a lot of these homes. The kids are getting a say. You don't get a say until you're on your own. That's what my dad used to tell me.
Well, I tell my kids the same thing I was told. Your opinion is to shut the fuck up and do what I tell you to do.
I own you.
Exactly.
I own you.
Yeah, I agree. These kids got too much fucking room to have an opinion and say shit, man. They need to shut the fuck up and stay in a child's place, man.
Yeah.
Be glad you got the fucking shit you got right now to keep you occupied, because I can make that go away in a heartbeat. And if you keep it up, I'll make you give it away to some fucking kid that don't have it.
Hey, speaking of that, Snowman, did you see David or the Hood Conservative?
Is he still streaming?
No, I don't know. He might still be now. I think he might be on now. But earlier,
got cut.
I don't know. But earlier today, he put up one of a mother, like a leftist mother with two children and a little kid. Like he looked like he might have been about 9 or 10, and he was basically like confessing to the camera. They're like, "My mom wants me to be a member of the LGBTQ community," and the mom's standing there. And she, she's not a good-looking lady. She goes, "Wait, what did you say?" And he goes, "I'm telling facts." And she goes, "About what?" And she says, "Do you want me to be a member of the LGBTQ?" And then he goes on to say, "If I don't want to be a member of the LGBTQ, my mom is going to force me to be it."
What?
Yeah, dude, it's weird. It's Conservative hat. It's a short video. It's like 2 minutes long.
What the fuck is wrong with these single strag ass fucking moms?
Yeah. And this is the problem. They're doing way more damage to the kids than what they realize they're doing and shit like that. I'm not surprised by that. I've seen videos of that when women are trying to even turn their boys into girls.
Yeah,
Even hormone changes and all that shit.
What's that? Yeah, I saw one. I had pasted it a long time ago on my Facebook. Alicia Keys or somebody had his boy's fingernails painted pink.
Oh, was that fucking Dwayne Wade man with that?
No, that
was one. But there was another dude. He played in. If you saw Tyler Perry's, he drove the bus. I can't remember his name, but he's a bald dude. He had I can't remember the dude's name. Somebody in the chat might.
Dude, you literally just described like half the men on the planet.
You talking about from the movie Medea's Family Reunion?
Yeah.
What's Boris Kojo?
Boris Cujo. He had his son's fingernails painted pink.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't hear nothing about that. I heard about Alicia Keys. She did that.
She did the same
and then
thing.
Even the son was changed his mind and everything. And she tried to convince him like, "There's nothing."
Look at what Will and Jada did to their son.
Yeah, they fucked him up.
Yeah,
they fucked him up.
Shit.
All in the name of progressivism.
Yeah.
You see his firstborn, Will's first son, ain't nothing like the other two kids. Just different baby mamas. Baby's better off staying with the first one.
Now Celine says, well, Princess Diana comes to mind, even though she wasn't a queen, she did a lot of humanitarian work. Okay. Princess Diana also had the most pushback due to her reign. In her reign due to unorthodox ways. That's true too.
Oh shit, that scared me.
Miss Jill says, recently
you got a face that only a mother could love. Survival.
Oh, dude, I was trying to find the video that David just posted earlier of that mom telling that kid that he had to be a member. And then I got
if you can share that, I'd like to see that. Miss Jill says, I recently discovered a friend of mine now has a son, went to college, and transitioned from a beautiful girl to a guy. Everybody in the panel got quiet.
Whoa, what the fuck is going on?
Well,
he was born female and became a guy now.
Oh man,
became a guy now.
Don't identify.
But she said,
I do not identify.
College.
The whole panel got quiet when I read it.
I mean, I guess the kids at 18 at the sheet, or now he 18, do whatever he wants. All
right. Here's a comment, and we'll have to.
Baby boy, like it was forced crazy. Like, yo, you was stepmother. You're not his biological mother. How the fuck you got more say so than the biological moms?
Now here's a comment for the panel, and that's us. Would you all date a woman with a transgender child?
Hell no. I don't want my kids being transgender. Hell, I don't dating women with kids. Period. Shit.
Yeah, that's true. Melly Mel, I'm on board with you right there.
I want a woman with no. Women better not be supporting that. I ain't raising my son to be that either. Period. So, call me homophobic or all that. I know.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing that.
My little girl's gonna be raised a daughter, a woman.
Yeah, the term homophobic is fucking stupid. We're not afraid of any of them. They can fuck off. Phobia means afraid. Nobody's afraid of this shit.
Come to Harlem and the hoods and all that shit. See,
no, let's keep it real. I am afraid to get roofied and violated by one of them motherfuckers.
Okay, so you can claim homophobia.
I don't drink or be around where they at.
Snowman's a little phobic there. That's all right. I'm not, dude.
Well,
it ain't gonna happen, man.
Look, dude, my wife has uncles that have literally hit on me.
Remember the Hangover Part 2? Who was the one with the
you're a victim, dude.
I know, sleeping with the Bangkok transgender shit. he was
Bangkok transgender.
He was like, yo, it was so beautiful when we both was busting up, coming together. He was like, yeah, what? What you say?
No, there's nothing beautiful about that.
Yo, when I that part, man, I was like, yo, I had to rewind that. Like,
Ugh.
what did he say? Jerko, come to.
Whoa, it's cringing me.
Yeah, so
Hey,
just
Leon, did you see that I dropped Hood
I
Conservatives?
want to be
I
goofy around them
see I
motherfuckers.
see that you dropped that link down there. I don't know
Yeah,
how to share.
that was Hood Conservatives video that he posted a couple hours ago
Okay.
about the mom that's trying to coerce her kid into the LGBTQ or whatever. I mean, he's even got it down. He says it so fast that it's like obviously trained to the kid.
Yeah.
He says a lot more letters after LGBT, and it's so fast that I don't even know what he says.
Well, the P is the next one. The P is the next one coming. That's why.
Who fucking cares, though? You know.
Well,
they trying hard to be part of that, but the P's.
Yeah.
Okay, so to share the video, if you pull it up in a different window on your computer.
So I'm only on the
David
left.
won't strike you. David won't strike you for playing his video.
Okay. How do you? All right. Hold on for a minute.
On the very top of your computer with the plus button, open a new window, and then put YouTube in there, and then look up Hood Conservative.
Okay. Oh, okay. I can take this comment. Let me go to YouTube. Take this comment here. Yeah. We get the link and might be able to share it. And I don't even see it here.
It takes a little bit of practice. It's no big deal, man. We all got time here. Nobody's in a hurry to go nowhere.
It's Friday. What the fuck?
How do you know?
Oh yeah,
I told you, man. Here shortly, the wife's going to be clutching my pearls, bro.
Well, then you better get out of here, then, dude. Nobody's keeping you.
You are too. I don't like to start something and not finish it.
I just watched the video, man. She was all like, "Yo," when he said that, she tried to switch up on like what like.
And he says facts. He goes facts.
All right, I'm gonna try. I think I got it. Let me go back. I might be able to share it. Hold on. Share. Share.
And make sure you click it. Make sure in the bottom left there's a thing that says share audio. You have to click the share audio.
Okay, share audio system. I'm trying to see if let me put my glasses on. Hit the Chrome tab.
Yep. Share audio.
Yeah, I got share audio.
Oh, you should be good. It should pop up.
For some reason it didn't pop up. Hell, what is it? Might have done it wrong. All right,
it takes a couple times. I mean, Snowman knows that I'm the absolute worst at StreamYard. There you go. Wait,
is that it? No, that's not it. That's the other one I had. That's us. Hold on.
Oh man.
Hold on.
Maybe I sent the wrong link.
Yeah. That's us. Let me.
I sent one right before that, and that was probably the right one.
Okay, hold on one moment. Let me.
Yeah, I apologize.
Well, that's all right. I'm getting used to this myself. I don't know. Tommy Jean had brought up.
Snowman gives me so much shit for being bad at StreamYard.
Hey, that's why I'm trying to find a new channel. I made a channel, man. I'm gonna take that Mouthpiece Media channel I got, and that's what me and you're going to use Survival for the Real Man Show, where we get on there, we look at shit, talk shit about it, and then talk shit to each other for an hour or so a day.
Cool.
Now I'm actually better with Zoom. And this comment that Celine said, she's talking to Miss Jill. She knew this person since preschool, and he seemed normal, but in high school he started taking hormones to develop a deep voice. It was shocking.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Miss Jill said, I had to ask because I debated recently, and I discovered most men vehemently disagree with, about dating somebody with a transformer kid. That's what I'm going to say.
A kit? You got a little kit down there? Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, there's a high suicide rate with transformers because instead of getting the help they need, society and schools are now accepting of it instead of getting the child the help they need.
Well, let's talk about these schools that are fucking going and changing kids' genders for them.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, it was David showed that one too. Remember fucking Survival, where there was that school where a teacher had teachers, they had these kids go talk to the guidance counselor or whatever she was, and after several visits to the guidance counselor and the school therapist, they deemed that there was a boy that was actually a transgender girl, and they literally fucking changed the kid's name for him at school and never said nothing to the parents about it.
Oh yeah, I remember that story. There's a lot of those weird stories. There's ones where kids were put on hormone blockers without parental consent in certain blue states, man. In the state that I live in, if you're a kid and you decide for yourself that you want to be a transgender person, your parents' health insurance has to pay for it. And all you have to do is tell the school.
And allowing a child to be a transformer is a form of child abuse.
I agree.
That's facts. Does the transgender child reflect on a single mother's parenting? Man.
No, not always, because I see a lot. There was one where this father was fighting really hard against it, and he lost. He lost in court.
Single mother's parenting, not fathers.
Yeah.
No, but the mom and dad were together, and the kid wanted to be transgender, and the dad was like, "No, we're not having this," and the kid won.
But the mother supported the key thing. Mother.
She wasn't single though. She wasn't single though. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's too. But I know what you're saying.
Right there, like you know what I'm saying. That's why I said what I said. I'm picking who I'm choosing to mate with. It's one of the questions.
She'll be single now.
Wife, what's your views on the transformer community? Would you want our child to be that way? Because I'll tell her straight up, no, I do not. I don't support that. You know what I'm saying? Hard headed. If she does, then we can't be together.
Male Monkey with a Grenade says, my hood buddy just stopped by and we sat and laughed at the stream for an hour and a half. Some good content. Thank you very much. Yes, and allowing kids to choose their pronouns during the day. Yeah, that's true.
Yep, exactly. Starts over with that like crazy. Like, hey. You even got media doing this shit. Like, if you notice, like, with Disney, right? Especially Disney, how they be promoting like Latino characters and stuff like that. They use the word Latinx. I'm like, why the hell are you using this retarded word? Like, even and people in the Hispanic community don't like that word. But now we in this gender neutral fucking bullshit age that we live in and shit like that. They use that gender neutral word for the Latinos or Latina. I go with Latino, Latina, or Latin. I'm not using that word Latinx like gender neutral. No.
No, we got to start telling the truth. All this political correctness, which started in the 90s to make people feel good, has basically created delusional people.
Real bad.
Yes. Because I'm going back where the foundation was. What else? Mayo Monkey with a Grenade. I've seen a family that all of them went trans. The mom became the dad. Mom became the dad became the
mom became the dad.
Male Monkey surrounds himself with some weird people, man.
It was
the dog became a cat.
Was this a lesbian couple?
What the hell?
You saying both moms became dads? I'm like lesbian couple or some shit.
Wow, man, man, it's a lot. Man, it's a lot of crazy.
There's a lot of crazy. There's not enough mental institutions for any of this shit.
That's too much cray for me.
You should watch those videos of people that regret making a transgender transition the way they did when they was younger. They regret now, like.
Just came back from Mexico, was eye-opening. A lot of little SJWs wanted to be called Latinx. Oh, crap. So everybody wants to change to make themselves, some anomaly or some.
There you go. Miss Jill said herself, like, yo, these fucking SJW social media young dumbasses and shit like that won't use that term. But a lot of old school Latinos and Latins and Hispanics do not want that word. This new age shit from these younger crowds and shit.
Hey, Leon, can you look up the Hood Conservatives? I don't know if it was the last video. It might have been the one before his last one. But it's that kid, man, and that's why these white people are just turning their kids into fucking weirdos, man.
Oh
and
man,
I don't know the black community's doing it. I don't know the Hispanic community's doing it.
The black community.
They're doing it in our community also too. Single women, confused women like crazy.
They got to be these feminine little boys, these feminine boys.
They're all doing the same.
Every race is doing it when it comes to overfluous women that's so damn confused.
Yeah, so it's only like 2 minutes long, maybe. It's a very short video, so it's not like I'm gonna make you watch some. But it puts it in perspective of what these little kids got at home, man. And this lady she looks fucking weird too. She doesn't look like classical mom or nothing. She just looks like another freaking weirdo that's in the room.
Try to share.
Weird.
I got something. There we go.
That's it. Yeah. Full screen it.
Watch that whole.
Full screen it.
Oh,
all right.
We wind it back to the beginning.
There you go.
All right.
And drop Mrs. Jill off the comment there, so you get the whole screen.
All right. Let me hold on. Let me pause it for a moment, and let me get this whole screen on here.
Like serial killers, like Ted.
All right.
Say you have to be LGBT.
Let me.
What I want to be, but something.
Hide this comment.
Keep talking. Say what you're saying.
That's crazy.
Matter if I am
that lady, man. I don't like the way she looks. She looks kind of like a guy to me.
All right, let me.
Because she is a guy.
Is it?
There you go. Can you see it?
It looks just like a guy.
It looks like a man mixed with a fucking farm animal.
Replay. Put it up. Yeah. I want you to pay attention to her reaction when the boy said that.
Hey, what's going on, internet friends? For you guys who've been following me,
let me see if I can give it a little shot of volume, man. As high as I can get it.
Debate on the subject just last night,
you can turn it from your computer, not just the screen, but like the computer volume.
Yeah, let me try to turn it up.
She believes that if she doesn't raise her sons to be
okay, let me all right.
Supportive, if not directly an LGBT member, then they too will turn out to be serial killers.
My mom doesn't matter if I am gay or lesbian or any of that. She doesn't care. All she cares about is that I'm a part of it. And if I'm not a part of it, she'll try to convince me to join it.
You know, the other day I had stopped by the Bernard Riley show.
Fair use.
About,
yeah, you gotta love the conservative, man.
And one of the things I wanted to talk about was how we never really get to have a conversation.
That's some fucked up shit right there, boy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like a goddamn fat moo.
But look, the fact of the matter is we know that we know that it's going on, and we've known that it's been going on, but yet nobody's doing anything about it. And the truth of the matter is we got fucking people in positions that are writing legislation to allow this shit to continue going on.
Mute up.
I believe these children are being abused. With that being said, guys, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy what we do over here on this channel. And thank you so much for
I'm in New York. Because
What? Are you serious?
Facts.
That I would convince you to join what?
The LGBTQIA+ community.
You see our reaction, like, what? Kids don't tell no lies at their age.
No, they don't.
Damn fat moo cow strag looking manly chick.
The only thing they do is repeat what they've heard.
The kid was she goes, "What are you saying?" He goes, "Facts." And then he's like, my mom would tell me to do it even if I didn't want to do it. It's like, holy shit.
She part of that community her damn self. She probably lesbian her damn self.
It looked like a dude to me, man. That kid's calling. That kid thinks that man is. That kid legit thinks that dude is a mom, dude.
That's a butch chick. She butchy.
It might be a guy, dude, but the kid thinks it's a mom. That's what's weird to me.
No, that's a female. Just like she just
Are you sure?
because of weight, because she's fat. Like she's fat. Like she's
I'd be a
fat.
fat dude.
Tomboys, fat chick. Yeah, they gonna look like dudes. Guarantee she take her ass to the gym and lose some damn pounds and shit and get some curves. She won't be looking manly like that. Ain't no makeup on her at least.
With the society we have now, with the society that we have right now, there's some fucking kid that's 2 years old, 3 years old out there right now, and his mom, air quote mom, is a biological male, and that fucking kid has no idea. And they'll always grow up and they'll always call that person mom. And that fucking is weird to me, dude.
Yo, I seen.
Or they got a dad. They got a lady for a dad.
Order like this when it was twins, and one of the twins they made the boy a girl. That boy grew up, and you know what? They went as far as surgically cut his pee off and made a hormone block, changed it. Like they went to therapy, but he always thought he was a biological girl until they did DNA tests or whatsoever, and he found out I was born a boy. Why you forced this on me? Like, because the mother wanted a boy and a girl, and they took one of the twin boys and made him a girl.
Bro, Mel, dude, that's fucked up, dude. And even then, even with that kind of trauma, dude, imagine if you were like, at what age do adopted kids usually get told they're adopted? Anywhere 9, 10, 11, somewhere like that, you get sit down, or even like the sex ed talk from your parents, the talk. You sit down, you're about 10, 11, 12. What happens when you sit down with the talk and they're like, so check this out. Your mom is actually a man. It's like, what? How fucking detrimental is that to a kid's fucking psyche when you're that age and you're like, God damn it, biological boy is my dad.
Well, look. First thing we need to lay down the ground rules on what the talk is that you're having. What talk are we having?
Well, in a normal house, we already know what it is. But if you're in a fucking weirdo house,
there's a lot of different weirdo talks being had.
Well, okay, you tell your kid when they're about 11 or 12 when you start noticing. Or I don't, if you got a boy, I don't know anything about girls, dude.
We talked about these Transformers, how they try to make videos about.
I love how you guys call them Transformers.
Gender identity is an illusion. You're a girl because you think you're a girl. It's because society told you was a girl. It's on your head.
It's all illusion.
Trying to go against science. Like science is an illusion. It's not real. You was mind be programmed to think this way and shit. How you actually know that you're an actual female and shit like that?
They're all chanting trust the science at the same time.
Man, these individuals, they've gone to college, and this is what you get when you go to college, guys.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, if you're going to go to college.
Hey, this goes to education, like you're going to, dude. You realize these conversations. This is part of that whole fucking critical race theory crap that they're trying to throw in school, where they're allowing teachers to talk about fucking gender equality and fucking gender normality and gender whatever, this, that, and the other with fucking kids in preschool, talking about fetishes and kinks and shit like that with your fucking 4-year-old.
It's all satanic. I call it Marxism. That's what it is. When you hear the term multiculturalism, notice that's Marxism. I did a video on that a long time ago. That's what that is. Well,
you notice.
Go ahead, bro.
I was just going to say, you notice with all this critical race theory and progressive wokeism shit that they're teaching in school, the only thing they're teaching kids is that you got to be tolerant of everything but being a white person.
Right.
You know that, right? And better yet, a straight white person. And then after that, the next worst thing is a straight black person.
Yeah.
No. Other thing worse than that is a fucking bootlicking house nigga.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
They just lump us all in the same. They lump us all in the same.
Man, you black folks need to stop caping for us white devils.
Hey, we're all masculine men. That that color. We're all
heterosexual masculine men of all ethnicities. We're in danger.
We're all in danger. So
yeah, I tell people all the time that the people that are being attacked right now are actually straight males, straight masculine males.
straight
Be you white, black, fucking purple or green, straight masculine males are being attacked right now. Manhood is under attack.
Hey, you want to know? It's not even the first time. Snowman, do you know anything about? Have you heard about Khmer Rouge or what happened in the Cambodia with the
Why does
killing
that
fields
name
in
sound
the
familiar?
90s?
Why does what you just say sound familiar to me?
It was Pol Pot in the 90s.
Oh,
and
okay.
And he killed. It was they went communist, hardcore
Dude, didn't he
communist.
kill like fucking 20 million of his own people or some shit like that?
So many of his own people, and it was all because they were. He had a way to find out if they were intelligent, and so
anybody
that wore
smarter than him got killed.
Anybody that wore glasses got executed. It's not really popularly. It's not a very popular. I mean, the Nazi and the Hitler Holocaust and shit like that. That's way
dude,
more
I bet
popular
pocket
than
protectors were outlawed when he was in power.
All of it, dude. It was
man.
At the very same time, the Khmer Rouge was executing Cambodians all across the field. They called it the killing fields.
I remember.
At the very
I've
same time.
heard of the killing fields, but I don't know a whole lot about it. I'll be honest.
At the very same time, you had Pinochet, though.
All right, guys. Well, I'm about at the almost 3.5 hour mark. So what I'm going to do, I'm getting ready for a football weekend. Of course, I'll be watching it. But I want starting off with my main man, Survivor. And thank you all for coming to the stream. Just give me your last comment for the day, and be looking for you next week. And let me know when you're streaming. Your last comment for the day about the topics we talked about. I know we went round robin. I always have open Friday panel. So.
Oh yes, sir, Leon. All the topics that you put in your title are very important talking points. I think we covered. We kind of got off topic, but that's okay, and we covered them pretty good. And you were a great host. And on that note, I'm gonna send it on over to the next guy, and I'm gonna hop off here.
Stream your channel in there, and let me know when you're stream. Spam Survival's channel in the chat, and let me know when you're streaming so I can get on your panel.
Okay.
Hey, I spammed the new channel too, man. I'm going to try and
talk to you guys later. I'm going to drop off here. And
all right, salute, brother.
Let me go next real quick, Leon, if you don't mind. Hey, I'm going to try and build a new channel with Survival anyhow. I spammed it earlier. It's that Mouthpiece Media. It's just going to be a fuckery channel. I want to get on there and basically all the shit that me and him do on everyone else's stream where we talk shit to each other all the time while we're looking at shit. That's what we're going to do.
Good. Hey,
it'll be fun. I promise. It'll be lots of fun. Please come and subscribe to it. I'll put it in.
Subscribe to it. Let me know we got the Cash App up, and let me know when you're streaming, so I can come join your channel there.
Yep, it'll be fun, man. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be the Real Man Show.
We'll be
that's what me and Survival are working on, creating a YouTube Real Man Show.
And everybody has a YouTube channel. Subscribe to each other and hit the bell. I know YouTube has been unsubscribing people. They did it to me. They did it to Tommy Jane here. Everybody else, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Check my other channel out too.
The Mouthpiece Media one, dude. There's nobody on there right now. Honestly, that's what. So there's nothing on it yet. It's literally brand new. It's a new brainchild. I want to see what happens. And me and Survival, me and him do really well at just fucking talking shit to each other.
Well, good. We got it. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I think we could entertain each other. If we don't entertain anyone else, I'm sure we'll entertain each other.
Well, all right, brother. Let me know when you're streaming, and I'll be right there, bro.
Yeah, but hey, man, good stream tonight, man. Good talk, as always.
Man. I'll be up here next Friday, bro.
Check your Cash App.
All right. Hey,
later.
Yeah. Thanks. Later, brother. Thank you. All right, brother. Melly Mel.
Yeah, thanks for having me up, man. Yeah, I'll get myself ready for the work tomorrow. Definitely. All right. Till next time, y'all.
I'll be up here next Friday, and I thank Brother Angry Snowman for the $10 cash app.
Hey, buddy, all right, man? You sound like Darth Vader back there.
No, I'm over here. I'm trying to clear my throat, man.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. I'll
let
be
me
up.
clear my throat.
I'll be up here. I have my streams on Fridays. I know I'm gonna be knee deep in some football over the weekend, the playoffs. So, Brother Melly Mel, I'm glad you came up.
All right.
You're already wrenched up.
Definitely. Thanks.
Look forward to the next one, my brother.
All right. Definitely. All right.
All
Peace.
right, salute, my brother. Brother Matt, you and me.
Yo,
Football
man.
weekend, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's see my Tampa, my Eagles can beat Tampa Bay, man. Hopefully,
Oh, your Eagles
but
in there, brother. So that's why I'm glad you came up here. Pittsburgh's in it. My Ravens aren't in it, but we're gonna be looking for a good weekend, bro. So, what do you have for your last comments? And then it's almost 11 o'clock. I'm gonna shower and hit the bed myself. So, but I appreciate you for coming up on the panel, my brother. Always appreciate you. But yeah, what do you got to say in the panel here? What do you got to say?
oh man, look, all I gotta say is, man, just get money, stay sucker free, stay drama free, stay digger free, and just get money, get your nut, and stay away from the bullshit, man. That's all. I
Oh,
mean, that's what you can do, man. Because with COVID, man, you can't be around motherfuckers and shit. You might as well just don't get vaccinated either. That's a whole other conversation. But just get money and get your nut, man.
all right, brother. Well, thank you for coming up on the panel. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. You're always welcome up here, bro. I'll be up here next Friday, my brother.
Hey man, I try to hang with y'all, man. I'm getting fuck old, man. I'm getting tired and shit coming in from work,
I,
man. But I love the dialogue, man.
well,
Got a
good.
lot of
That's why I
positive
moved,
brothers on here.
and we're gonna have some more. That's why I moved it to Friday because I'm tired myself, bro.
Yeah,
So,
man.
but
I'm gonna get me a car wash victim for the night. I'm
okay,
online.
be careful with
I'm
that.
online.
Be careful with that.
Hey,
So,
they only exist in the tri-state area, man.
yeah, I hear that. I lived in the tri-state area, remember? So I know how it is there. So, but all right, my brother. Uh, Salute and have a good time. I'm gonna drop you down so I can end this,
All
and
right, all right.
I will be catching up with you, my brother. We'll cheer on those Eagles tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, they got one job to do. That's called win.
That's
Win,
it.
damn it,
Win,
win.
they keep going, lose, and they go home.
Yeah, ain't that
So
the truth?
that's
All
it. So,
right,
all right, peace, my brother.
all right. Peace, now.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for coming to the panel tonight. We had a lovely conversation. Now, again, here on this channel, I try to deliver information, no beefing here. Everybody is welcome to my panel if you got some good sense. And, at the end of the day, I'm all about teaching. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Give a realistic perspective here on the 401 Talk Zone radio show. And next week, we're going to have some more interesting topics. I'm going to get more into the education system. I didn't talk as much as I wanted to about getting capital. I'm going to do that. And we're going to have, of course, a freestyle panel. So please like, share, and subscribe to the 411 Talk Zone radio show. Again, YouTube has been taking away subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, hit the bell, hit all. I've wrenched a number of you up, and we're going to keep this campaign going on, because in order to be knowledgeable, to gain power, you also have to educate yourself. You don't need a college to educate you. Yet college can help if you know how to utilize college. But in the end, if you want to be better, you're going to have to make sacrifices. Again, doing the work to be successful is not comfortable. But once you see the result, that's what makes it comfortable. And once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. Now, again, I'm going to repeat myself: like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And if you are looking for some more educational material, check out my second channel, the Mind of STEM channel. Yes, it's the Mind of STEM channel. On that channel, I'll give you a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. And on that channel, I talk about STEM subjects: cybersecurity, complex mathematics, industrial engineering, mechanical engineering. And I'm also be bringing my 411 Talk Zone radio show back as well. 215-383-5785 is the number. Now, if you cannot find the 411 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube, I will post my streams, and I'm also post my pre-recorded content on Twitter. When it comes to the Mind of STEM channel, I'm going to post that information on Twitter and LinkedIn. And at the end of the day, I'm going to leave you with this: be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And for individuals, when it comes to this content, and you may feel a little offended if I wasn't talking about you, I'm going to say this: if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. And once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and blessed evening. God bless you. I'm out.